Hello and welcome to the finals of the Irish 12 Titans. We began earlier this week with over 80 participants and we've whittled it down to the final 12. I am Rez, I'm going to be hosting this evening. I am joined by a plethora of casters to take us through the evening. I'd like to introduce first admin of Rocket League Ireland, Enwrong, who has been supporting this tournament as it goes through. Enwrong, how are you today?
Hi Rez, thank you very much for having me. I'm very good.
Good. I'd also like to introduce another admin, Dave Forehead. How are you, Forehead?
Yep, that's me. Yeah, doing well. Looking forward to this. Should be some fantastic quality Rocket League coming up, so it should be good.
Good. And now to introduce the two newer casters on the block, Mull and Naylor, two aspiring casters. And what are you expected to see today, boys?
Do you want to go first, Nader?
Go for it. Go.
All right. I'm expecting to see really good games. I'm expecting to see really close games as well. I'm really excited, though, one of the new casters, to be able to be joined by all of you. It's going to be a really interesting game. It's going to be a good day, though.
Yeah, I literally can't wait. The qualifier is enough for intense as it is, but now we get to see the real deal and we get to see the 12 best ones players in Oral Island go at it.
Absolutely. I just wanted to ask sort of the floor a couple of questions to begin with. Obviously, there are a couple of names that stand out on the in the bracket at the moment, but let's have everyone's predictions. Who's going to win the 12 Titans early on?
Ooh. That's a bold statement to make at the start of the tournament.
I'm going to have to go with Rob Kernan. Rob Kernan, he's grinding out the ones. He was ahead of Scrub on the ones playlist. I'd say he's probably putting the most time in out of every single player on this out of this bracket on. So I'm gonna have to go with Rob. He blew everybody away the last day, and yeah, Rob for me.
And Mull?
Me personally, I think I'm gonna go for Rob as well. Like, looking at the list right now on the ranked, Rob is currently sitting in number 7, which is absolutely insane. And everyone in the world, we have someone in this tournament who is number 7 in the world, and now he's a big favorite going into this tournament. So I feel like Rob's going to be the one to take it home.
2 votes for Rob Kiernan. What's your prediction for this evening, Enwrong?
Ineffable. Ineffable's going to win this. He's dominated the one scene in Ireland for the longest time. He won the last Ones League and he won the last 1v1 seasonal tournament. So he's gonna win it, in my opinion.
Forehead, any different predictions?
Yeah, I don't know if this is a weird coincidence here that me and Enron would go for the same person, but I was looking at the bracket earlier, and I do think Ineffable is a really good chance. I think if anything, he's got a really good run to the final. I think a likely final is probably the two guys we mentioned, Rob Kiernan and Ineffable. Having said that, there are some very big names in between that and there, and plenty of hours of Rocket League to get through. So I'm not saying it's going to be easy work in the slightest, but yes, that is roughly what I would expect.
Well, the panel seems to be split for things this afternoon. We are going to be getting into our first game momentarily. That will be between Red Eyes and Slick Mick. I'm now going to hand over to our casters for our first match this evening. Dave Forehead and Mull, take it away.
Yes, thank you very, very much, Rez. And now more honing in this match, Red Eyes and Slick Mick. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be an exciting one. Red Eyes, of course, the first of our gatekeepers up here on stream. He is going up against Qualifier Slick Mick. Mull, you'd have to say, based on that alone, that the Red Eyes is the favourite here, but maybe not, completely one-sided.
No, definitely. Red Eyes is always going to be the favorite in this situation. You know what I mean? He's one of the gatekeepers, and the fact that Slick Mick wasn't really known much for taking part in the tournaments, and then out of nowhere just makes this big win streak all the way up to take one of the gates. You know what I mean? It's going to be a really interesting game, but yeah, Red Eyes is going to be the favorite for this.
All right, well, let's get into it. And there's a lot of AI that joined in. Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
The settings have been not ideal as we watch some bots go around here. It's a very different quality of game than we probably expected to watch.
I just say that should not have happened.
Yeah, that is weird. That is really weird. And my favorite part is they're still going with no actual players involved.
That's some good content right there.
All right,
Yeah.
we've gotta leave.
Right, okay, we'll keep discussing a bit more. Red Eyes and Slick Mick. The one thing, Mull, I'd like to point out is, of course, the winner of this match then has to go on and play one of our favourites, Rob Kiernan.
Yes.
So either way, it's a tough one for sure. And I guess maybe a slightly different question is, who do you think would give a better game to Rob Kiernan between Red Eyes and Slick Mick? Who do you think would be able to sort of, I don't know exactly, make it trickier, potentially have a shot at winning, have a better chance?
Oh, all right. I don't want to be so blunt, but it's obvious. It's going to be Red Eyes. You know, Red Eyes is a fast player. He's been sitting at that high rank for so long. He's completely up to a level that would probably be able to take a goal or a few off Rob Kiernan. You know what I mean? No offense to Slick Mick, but I don't really feel like for Rob Kiernan that would really be the biggest problem. You know, he may just outpace Slick Mick if Slick Mick was to end up getting into that game against him. But you never know. Personally, I haven't really seen Slick Mick play that much, but from what I see on paper and from what I've seen in his previous games, I just feel like that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, it's a very fair and a very believable prediction. And I think the most important thing to remember coming into this is that I hit a doozy against Slick Mick in the qualifiers. Anyway, moving on, we go into the first kickoff of the game comfortably in Red Eyes. Of course, Red Eyes does typically have a very, very strong kickoff, which adds to his ones game. We'll see if he can keep the pressure on here. The ball in a very awkward spot in the corner, can't really get around it and put it on target, but he's gonna squeeze it in front post, and that a very comfortable way to make it 1-0.
Yeah, that was a great little go from Red Eyes. You can instantly see straight off the start, Red Eyes is straight on the boost steals and the ball control. So it's got to be really tough for Slick Mick. He's really got to try and put his level up a little bit if he wants to try and keep it going against Red Eyes.
We'll see here. Moving on into the second kickoff of the game. It's a very good one from Red Eyes. Slick Mick gets boost from his corner, just managed to scrape that one wide. See, he has a chance here of his own. Off the wall, catches it on the bounce. Very nicely on the Red Eyes. Not looking too comfortable there, but he gets it away. I see a Slick Mick can go again, but Red Eyes is up so early. And Mick able to recognise that, able to get around. Does well for now. He's caught in a very tricky spot, and Red Eyes is probably loving this. Seeing how much he can try to fake out Slick Mick. Nothing doing on this occasion though, as we move on. Slick Mick able to just knock it around Red Eyes. Here we go, Slick Mick maybe with a chance, has to get it around the corner first, or does he go straight in?
Really nice goal from Slick Mick there. The very fast little chop around the corner to get it in.
Yeah, very nicely done. I thought the angle had just been taken away from him, but he proved me wrong. A little bit of a power slide, knocks it in. And there we go, back at 1-1. 1 minute played, 1 apiece. This could be going all the way. A much more even kickoff this time, slightly favouring Slick Mick. He goes to the shot early. Red Eye's able to cover his ground nice and quickly though. See, he has time to get boost too. Wonder what he'll do here. Looking for a dribble. Looks very comfortable with that in the Fennec, and Slick Mick is not comfortable with that save at all. Able to knock it away just in time. Red Eyes has a chance here. Maybe took too long about it. Maybe caught in two minds. Again though, Red Eyes able to constantly put Slick Mick on the back foot by knocking it around him. Slick Mick powering that ball away, and Red Eyes surely he's going to catch up with that. He left it very late, but he caught up with it nonetheless. Able to clear that one down the line, and we go again. And Mull, this is starting to become a more even game. They're starting to sort of get used to each other now.
Honestly, yeah, I wasn't really expecting it at first. I don't know why, but I had this prediction that maybe Red Eyes was just going to be a bit faster for Slick Mick, but he's actually holding his own really well.
Let's see here, Red Eyes hits a tasty one over the top, but you can't latch onto it. Slick Mick able to clear it away, and we go again. 3 minutes left to play. It is still 1-1. You know, after 2 games in the first minute, I maybe expected another goal or two by now, but we haven't got it as Red Eyes flicks one over top of Mick. This is dangerous. Red Eyes hunting for the demo, and that's another thing, Mull, is no one's looked for a demo yet, and in some ways, I respect that.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to find each other out at the moment, you know what I mean? I don't feel like each person's trying to overextend to cost another goal. They're doing really very good at it there.
Slick Mick really struggling for boost. Red Eyes doesn't know that. But it's a very nice flick nonetheless, and Slick Mick got caught out. And it's going to be 2-1 to the man in red, Red Eyes.
Yeah, that was just a very nice flick from Red Eyes. Looks like Slick Mick had a bit of a front flip, which sort of caught him off guard there as well.
Well, he was a little bit caught out, and as we approach this halfway mark here, it will be 2-1 to Red Eyes. Let's see what he can make for this. Looks for the early shot as well. It's a good save from Mick. Red Eyes, though, able to grab that blue boost. Comes back around the ball to go again. Looks for the air dribble, takes it over Mick. Is that going to land on target? It's not. Red Eyes surely, though, makes the second attempt look easy. And 3-1 is the scoreline.
Yeah, that was a nice goal from Red Eyes. It looks like Slick Mick is just trying to get those early goals to keep the pressure up, but it just didn't work out. So Slick Mick's really going to have to try and play his next shots more carefully and try not to overextend again.
We'll see here now. I wonder if Slick Mick starts getting a bit eager, a little bit desperate. 1 or 2 touches can slip in when you know that you need the extra goal or two. But he's got 2 minutes, he's got loads of time. That's a great challenge to start things off. Unlucky with the recovery, got really caught on that wall there. Red Eyes able to come back around. Slick Mick trying to knock it around the corner, but Red Eyes wise to it. Let's see how he follows this one up. He doesn't really have the boost, but that's a good shot from Mick. Very awkward angle, and the power isn't really there. And so we play on. Red Eyes knocking that one away, and Slick Mick probably didn't need to challenge that. But luckily for him, Red Eyes' touch takes it wide. And we go again. Red Eyes looking to just touch this one around the corner, taking it easy, but Slick Mick's having none of that. See here, nice bit of bumping, and Red Eyes has an open net for himself. Surely if he can just get enough boost to make it happen. And there we go, Muller. Relatively easy 4th goal for Red Eyes.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You could really tell from Slick Mick when he had the ball possession there, he was just trying to make a play or to try and make Red Eyes overextend or something. But as you can see, Red Eyes is really calm right now. He's up goals. He doesn't need to overextend. He doesn't need to make these challenges. So he's just waiting. He's waiting for Slick Mick to make a mistake and then take advantage of it again.
Right, here we go. Slick Mick, 3 goals down. What have you got for us? 1.5 minutes to go. Knocks it out wide to the side. In front of Red Eyes, a bit risky, but he gets away with it. Just waiting for that ball to drop down to his level. So unfortunate. It couldn't have happened a bit quicker. Maybe would have caught Red Eyes off guard. 1 minute 10. That clock is ticking down, and Mick needs to keep making things happen. Let's see if he can get around this ball in time. It's a great 50 from Red Eyes, though, and he surely has a chance on net here. Yeah, this game unfortunately might be running away from Mick as Red Eyes
The save.
maybe got a bit complacent there. Ouch.
Oof. Honestly, it's starting to look like that Slick Mick is just losing that pressure that he was trying to keep up at the start of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, I think he's adjusted his play just too aggressively, and he's hit a point now where he can't challenge Red Eyes at the same speed for every single ball, and it's costed him here on multiple occasions. Let's see here, Red Eyes getting very greedy. Probably doesn't have much boost off of the kickoff, but he was still willing to go for it and make something happen. Slick Mick surely going to get one back in response, but he's nearly pushed out to the post. And well, he got a bit lucky, but you have to say, probably deserves it on the balance play as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like, he needs that goal back. But hopefully this will give him a little more confidence, and you never know. He'll probably get like a nice kickoff goal next or something. But it's nice to give him that little chance to get something else.
Well, we'll see here how these last 39 seconds play out. It's a great kickoff from Slick Mick, in fact. Can't quite get it on target, though. Red Eyes making himself big, making himself in the way. Slick Mick keeping it in that half. He's got boost to follow this one up, you know. Red Eyes probably doesn't realise that. What a save that is from Red Eyes. Able to just get into the corner of his net, and a great backwards challenge too. Fairly unorthodox style here from Red Eyes, but it's going to pay off unless Slick Mick just getting back around as we approach the last 10 seconds. That is a mighty flick. As Red Eyes, though, comfortable enough to get up to that one. Grabs the boost in the corner too, just for safekeeping, and Slick Mick might have handed the goal, but we'll leave it at there. 5-2 is the scoreline, and of course that was a best of one. I don't think we mentioned that at all throughout the series, but it was a best of one. So that is it. Red Eyes will progress to the next round, playing Rob Kernan later on. Slick Mick is out of here. Well, what did you make of that?
Yeah, well, at the start, as I was saying, you know what I mean, Slick Mick, he had to try and play up to the speed of Red Eyes, which obviously he tried to challenge early, but it was those overextends and the extra goals that Red Eyes got on Slick Mick. He had this pressure that he just had to keep up all the time. But fair play to Slick Mick, you know what I mean? When he was coming up in the qualifiers, he really played well. And the fact that he made a place in the play today, like, congratulations to him.
Well, this is true. This is very true. He is one of the 12 Titans, and he can be very proud of that.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
See there in the game chat, Red Eyes coming for Rob, and then the rest. So I'm looking forward to this. That was a good match to start things off, and it's going to be a good match to it'll be a good and exciting time to see how Red Eyes and the rest of them get on. But that is all from us, and we will hand back over to Rez. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mull and Forehead. That was an interesting match, I think. I just want to get a comment from you, Enwrong or Naylor. Do you think Slick Mick could be too disappointed with his performance there, or could he just be content with making the final 12?
Mick can be relatively satisfied with that, yeah. He played decent. I don't think that was the best Rocket League he could have played. I think he could have played better. I think he could have held Red Eyes a bit closer, but I think Mick is just very happy to make it, to be honest with you. It's a nice little staple, a nice little achievement in his career.
I don't think he can be too heartbroken over that, considering like Red Eyes won the first season, and you can just see everything's just very efficient what he does. He doesn't do anything too flashy, just everything's just very calculated and smart, and I can't wait to see him play Rob Kiernan now.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Just looking forward to the next game. It's actually a rematch from the qualifying match between Spectre and Panda. In that case, Spectre came out on top. Panda, sort of in Twitch chat during the game, was a little bit nervous, it seemed, saying that it was all over for him. Do you think it's that lack of confidence that could damage his chances in this match?
I think maybe he's playing down his expectations for himself and for everyone else. I'd expect Panda to give him a good game, much better than what he did the last time. He was shocking in the qualifiers against Spectre, to be honest. He's going to have to step it up. I do expect Spectre to win this, though. I think he showed that he's a superior ones player than Panda in that qualifier match. But Panda has the ability to step it up. And it's just a matter of, I don't know, him putting it all together. What do you think, Naylor?
Yeah, I just feel, as you were saying, just trying to take the pressure off himself and just go out there and try play his best Rocket League. If you have sort of expectations, or everyone plays at their best when they don't expect that, and they're just trying to go out there and enjoy themselves. So maybe just trying to take the little bit of weight off his shoulders, because he knows he's more than capable, but he just wants to make sure he plays his best Rocket League when he gets out there on the pitch.
Well then, it's that time. What's everyone's predictions for this match? Enwrong, who's going to win?
I think Spectre's got this. He took down Panda in the qualifiers, and I think he's going to do it again here.
With Panda making comments like that, I'm going to have to lean towards Spectre as well. Just for sometimes when you come up against certain players and ones, they just have your number, and I think maybe Spectre just knows, or whatever his play style is, just it unsettles Panda, and it brings out it makes him perform. He doesn't perform at his best when he plays against that style of Spectre, so I'm going to go with.
Well, it seems like the casting desk has their odds in favour of Spectre, but it remains to be seen. I'm going to hand over to our casters, Enwrong and Naylor. Take it away.
Yes, thanks, Rez. Welcome, everyone, joining us here on Manfield Night. Spectre versus Panda, the rematch of Qualifier 1, the special rematch after Marco took himself out of the running with some interesting comments and plays. Naylor, the one thing I want to note is the last time these two played, Panda struggled for boost, and he's already struggling for boost here with a banger of a shot from Spectre.
Yeah, Spectre already just starting again where he left off last time he played Panda. He done well as well. Panda has that big kickoff, so he done well to counter that straight away early in the match.
Yeah, absolutely. Good kickoff again here now from Spectre. Takes the boost in the corner, he waits now. Panda goes to challenge early, but Spectre does a nice little fake challenge, grabs the boost, and he's going to get around the ball here maybe. He won't quite, but he might look for a Doomsday Dish, the forehead special. He's not quite able to get it, but he is going to get the boost in the corner, and once again Panda struggling hugely for boost here in the corner. And this is going to be his biggest kryptonite. You take the boost away from Panda, he's very ordinary. Spectre with a good challenge now, and he's going to score this one as well, and Panda struggling so much with the boost off of the kickoffs here, Naylor.
Yeah, Spectre just has his number. I don't think from the other games that we watch with Panda, I don't think I've really seen him that low on boost really when he's coming against somebody. So Spectre's just doing a really good job of denying Panda the boost and negating his full ability really.
Yeah, Panda's either got two options. He either spins more boost in the kickoff and tries to win it much heavier, or he saves boost after the kickoff. Panda now on the ball here. Spectre very aggressive with the challenge, and once again Spectre is very likely going to score here, but he doesn't. It's all about the demo play from Panda, and he doesn't quite get it. And now Spectre's behind him, but Panda's going to have an open net, and he is going to roll it into the net. Spectre being a little bit too aggressive there, Naylor, do you think?
Yeah, well, it was worth the opportunity. It was a good enough opportunity to go for it. I think he just ran out of boost a little bit towards the last second as the angle kind of narrowed down and just barely hitting the post.
Absolutely. These straightforward kickoffs seem to be the kryptonite of Panda. From what we've seen, every time these straightforward kickoffs happen, Panda has had issues with them, but he I guess technically wins this one even though Spectre gets the ball. Spectre now very low on boost. How aggressive is he going to be? Panda now with the ball in his hood. The Spectre turns very smartly with a power slide on the dribble. Panda's going to roll it back into his own corner. The Spectre is going to follow up on the wall, but Panda beautifully does it around him, and he's going to score an open net. And that is going to be 2-2, and Panda strikes back.
Yeah, Panda a bit low here, and I think Spectre's eyes kind of lit up a bit there, but once Panda got the boost and just brought the ball up the wall, Spectre had already overextended himself, and Panda just slotting the ball into the open net.
Yeah, absolutely. Panda now equalizes 2-2, and there are still 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. A much more even kickoff this time. Panda, neither of them elect to go for boost. Maybe the boost is coming into both their minds a bit too much. Good save from Spectre though. Panda tried a nice little pop shot there on net. Oh, that's a risky challenge, and Spectre is going to score this one surely unless he messes up, which he won't. Not at this level. A nice little mussy there to close things out, and very aggressive challenge there in the end. Nailer from Panda.
Yeah, smart. It's a smart fake by Spectre, but Spectre isn't in a very dangerous position at all, and he doesn't need to make that challenge that high up the field. He can just fake challenge and stay close and wait for a better opportunity to challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. Another kickoff now. This one goes in favor of Spectre. It does because he grabs the boost once again. Spectre now on the ball. He's going to wait to see what Panda does. Panda doesn't challenge him. He goes for the ball though. Makes a nice little save, but Spectre crucially grabs the boost once again, and it's all going to be all about what Spectre does here with the ball. He won't quite get around this, but he will actually indeed. And he makes me eat my words. And Spectre 4-2. And it's the kickoffs that are controlling this series. And if Spectre can make these kind of kickoffs all the way through, maybe he can win this whole thing.
Yeah, it's very smart what he's doing there. He's dribbling up to net, but he flicks and I don't think he knows Panda isn't going to be able to. Panda isn't going to be able to make a good save, but he's making Panda waste a lot of boost doing this, and then that's when Panda's at his most vulnerable.
What a shot from Spectre! An unbelievable flick there, but Panda makes a miraculous save to keep that one out. The Spectre now grabs the boost. He grabs the second one. He does love the boost, this man. He loves the nectar. And Panda not quite able to make the touch, but I assume Spectre's going to turn for this, but he doesn't. Panda now on 100 boost. This is where he's at his most dangerous. Let's see what he does with it. But Spectre challenges very greedy for the ball, but Panda I think maybe is just trying to play a bit too slow, and he needs to maybe try and outpace Spectre, because Spectre is bim-bamming very well in this series so far, Naylor.
Yeah, Panda just trying to not overextend himself and hold on to as much boost as he can. Oh, that's a good fake. Beautiful. Beautiful from Panda.
Oof, that's going to be a tilting one, do you think?
That is naughty. That is very naughty from Panda.
Could have gone so wrong though for Panda. He had no boost had he missed that shot, but in the end he brings it back to a 1-goal deficit just past half time, and it really could be anyone's game. But another strong kickoff win for Spectre here, but Panda critically gets the full boost in the corner. Panda now on the ball, waiting to see what Spectre does with it. He's going to go for the boost in the corner instead. Spectre now goes for the ball, tries to smack the ball up the field, and he goes for the boost in midfield, but Panda can get a quick shot around this. Maybe he can do something here. He thinks about going for it. Panda's going to rattle a shot on net, but it's not quite strong enough, and Spectre, he's going to have full boost control here, and Panda is going to be very low on this. Let's see what Spectre can do now. He's going to go maybe for an air dribble play here, and Panda goes too high on it. Oh, that could be pretty tilting.
Didn't really get a good look at this. What happened here? Did he go for the bump? Did he just try fake low?
Oh, Panda missed it. He misjudged it, Naylor, I think. Yeah, he did. He didn't quite get over it, did he?
Yeah, it's more of a misplay from Panda, if anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And another kickoff win for Spectre. Spectre fires another great shot on net. It's his shooting that's really giving him dominance in this game now as well. Panda with a double jump area, but Spectre's going to have full boost. It's a really risky play by Panda. But Panda, he does manage to get the ball upfield, but Spectre now, the one on full boost. Panda, of course, he's going to keep ball chasing this. I think he's realised that Spectre, he's at his strongest when he's got full boost, and if Panda can just maintain the boost, then there's a good chance that he can do damage here. Lots of panicking though from Panda once again, and I'm not sure what he thought would happen there. I'm very surprised he didn't cover that shot, Naylor.
Yes. So what? He just doesn't dodge. He just doesn't dodge, Rob, and I don't know, Spectre's just absolutely dominating the boost control here. It's just Panda's really struggling.
It's not even the boost control anymore. I think it's a bit more than that. But Panda, firstly and finally, with a good kickoff, He's going to fake the shot, but Spectre, of course, he does love the ball. And Panda now, he's going to have to be very smart here with this. Thinks about faking it, thinks about flicking it. He flicks it once, flicks it twice, but Spectre's going to be the one who has the boost, and now Panda's going to have the same issues like he always does. Spectre going for a clip. Will Panda allow this to go in? He goes for the musty, but he doesn't get it, but Panda critically misses the ball off the backboard once again. Panda now fires a shot on net, but that is such a risky shot to do. Spectre, full boost control, full space and time. Panda goes for the boost. And Spectre is going to score this, and it is 7-3 in this game. I think Naylor is over.
Oh, it's more than over. I don't think Panda, as we were talking about beforehand, Spectre just, whatever Spectre does, Panda just can't deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Still 40 seconds though. It's not over yet, but Panda needs to start doing something different, and it's not working for him. Whatever he's trying to do, it's not working, and Spectre has really announced himself as a really, really big force in Rocket League Ireland here. 25 seconds left now. Spectre just has to play safe. Doesn't have to be too aggressive. He is still going for it though. He wants those goals, Naylor. Panda now. 20 seconds left, and that right there I think displays everything that was wrong with Panda's performance today. Just not hitting the flicks, not hitting the ball properly. And Spectre is going to run out here as the winner of this series. He's going to go on to play Mug in the quarterfinals, and Naylor, this has been an absolute domination.
Yeah, Panda, he leaves immediately there. He's not happy with himself at all. He just struggled really. Boost management, outplayed really all over the pitch, and Spectre doing really well to negate that speed kickoff that Panda abuses against a lot of opponents.
Yeah, I do think that it wasn't just boost management this time, Naylor. I think we saw a lot of mechanical errors and just positional misplays. I'm not really reading his opponent correctly here from Panda, but that's as much as we're going to say about this series. I'm going to hand it back now to our host Rez on the desk as we take you into the next game with Walshy versus Shallow.
Thank you very much, Enwrong, and Spectre will continue to defy expectations as he moves into the quarterfinals of this bracket. I just want to direct a question to you, Forehead. Obviously, Panda in the previous 12 Titans last year, he made it all the way through to the semi-finals where he was knocked out at the hands of Fuchsia. Do you think it's a bit of a disappointment on his part that he's been knocked out so early here?
I think you will be a little bit disappointed because you don't ever want to see your results go backwards. But at the same time, you kind of have to look at what has happened between, the last 12 Titans and this one. And I think you have to say that the competition is a lot stronger to begin with. We didn't have, players like Spectre last time around. And not only that, but I think if you look at Panda and how well he's done otherwise, you look at the lands we've had on recently and stuff, he's done much better in 3v3s and so on. So I think, unfortunately, his poor performance there is probably the sacrifice of stuff he's done well elsewhere. So, yeah, maybe a little bit disappointed on its own. But if you look at it in that sort of global scale, then maybe not so much.
Interesting. So, I just want to look forward to the next match, Mull. We have Walshy and Shallow coming up next. There's going to be a close matchup. I haven't seen too much of Walshy recently. He was obviously one of the gatekeepers who got a bye through to this stage. I'm not sure who the favourite is for this one. Help me out.
All right, so I'm actually going. I think most people go Shallow due to the fact that they've seen him play and they know what he can really do. But no one really remembers how good Walshy is at once, or how good he was at once. We don't know. He's going to display it during this game, and if he's playing anything like how he once was, I feel like Walshy's really going to take this game, and it's going to be down to boost management and speed over Shallow. You know what I mean? But Shallow's a really good player. This is one of those games that we're getting closer to the final, so it can really go both ways. You really need to just watch it and hope that whoever you're voting for is going to be the player that wins.
Well, then we'll find out in the next couple of minutes whether Walshy can make it through to the quarterfinal or whether Shallow can bring the sauce. I'm going to hand you off to our casters for this match. Forehead and Mull, take it away.
Thank you very, very much, Rez. And like you're saying, Mull, this really is in the balance. It should be a good one. If someone is confident enough to refer to their own skill as sauce, I'm a big fan. But we have to remember, of course, that Walshy is a gatekeeper and for a reason. So we'll see how this plays out now. First kick off. Walshy managed to get possession of the ball after the fact. Let's see here. Walshy not afraid to look for those challenges early on. Just trying to get possession back off Shallow. And these two guys, I don't think they would have played once against each other very much. So this would be a very interesting one to see who comes out on top, who can figure out the other person's game plan quicker. Shallow nearly getting himself around Walshy there. Didn't quite happen on that occasion. Shallow though with a chance here. Walshy is very much out of position and not much boost with Shallow. That is not the flip he was looking for and he gets away with it. Mull, explain that one to me.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate on Walshy's end there. I don't really know. This little part here when he turned around the opposite direction, I wasn't really expecting that from him. I thought it would be an easy shot, but it looks like he misread Shallow's intentions. I feel like that was just a bad little misread from Walshy.
We'll see how this next kickoff plays out. Just about in Shallow's favour. In fact, he's going to benefit from that massively. He was able to capitalise on the second ball, and that'll be 2-0 to Shallow in very, very quick succession.
Yeah, Shallow's just going to keep good pressure now, especially with that kickoff, 2 goals up in the first minute. Walshy's really going to have to try and reset himself and just calm down and just try and go for a nice kickoff and keep that boost management.
We'll see how this plays out. Fairly even kickoff so far. That one a bit more off to the side, but Shallow able to get the ball, but dangerously around his own half. Didn't know where Walshy was. They had to sort of cover all angles and hover behind. But we'll see here. Neither of them wants to commit first. Neither wants to make a mistake. It's very entertaining to watch. See, I don't think either of them had much boost up until just now. Both of them go to the side for it. But anyways, Walshy really struggling to get around Shallow. Really struggling to make any sort of quick attacks of his own. Having to just do everything by himself. Where Shallow just playing off of Walshy's clears and just playing off of the speed that Walshy is creating. It's not a great shot from Shallow as he hits the crossbar on that one. Bumps Walshy out the way though, and he might not be back in time. Shallow with very little boost. That was a bit risky to stay behind it. But he gets away with it, managed to grab that boost, and Walshy now with a chance of his own. He doesn't have boost, but Shallow doesn't know that. And it's a good clear from him, and he might get a bit of a runaway goal here. Is that ball just about squeezes on the right side of the post from his point of view.
That was really unlucky from Walshy there. I feel like he was trying to bluff Shallow when he was going with barely any boost. You know, I think he was expecting Shallow to think he had more, and Shallow would end up missing. But I feel like he overextended a bit there to try and force a goal, but it just didn't work out. And now the pressure is even more on Walshy than it was before.
Yeah, well, as you say, the pressure really does ramp up with each goal. Walshy looking to just get a decent amount of possession with the ball. The only time we've seen them behind the ball, it's all been very slow. It's all been fairly predictable, and Shallow has been more than equal to it. Let's see, can he create something from this? He's looking for the air dribble. He's taken to the sky once again. Will he get the ground pinch? He does get it around Shallow, but onto the post this time around. That's a good 52 if he can get around the ball in time, which he can. And that is a great way for Walshy to bring himself slightly closer to Shallow.
That was a great little 50. The best part about it is his recovery, you know? Like, sometimes it's going to be hard to recover off that, but Walshy does it. You know, he's not giving up just yet.
Yeah, well, she definitely won't give up until the end. 2:52 to go. That is a long way in anyone's game. And with 2 goals in between, that is not a big margin either. Shallow obviously will want to increase that as much as he can. Walshy trying to get back on level terms after what was definitely a slow start by his standards. Oh, he looks for the demo there. It didn't come off, and Shallow able to clear that one away nice and high up against the wall. He follows it again, and Walshy wasn't there. The challenge surprised me a little. But we move on just over the halfway mark now. Walshy looking to burst down that sideline and get it past Shallow. It's not going to happen. Shallow able to keep up with him. And in fact, he might have just hit that straight over Walshy as he doesn't have the boost to catch up.
What a save.
Just off the post it goes. Good clear there from Walshy. See, will he follow this one up on the wall? Shallow. Well, could have had possession there. Both of them looked to fake challenge the other one. And it really has not paid off for Shallow here. He's used all his boost, all 100 pretty much, just to tap that ball into Walshy's hands. See what Walshy does here. It's a nice flick and a great save from Shallow. Really, really super stuff from the pair of them. Shallow going again this time. This game picking up in speed as we move on closer to the end. Shallow flicking that up into the air, only to find Walshy though. Let's see with a minute and a half where this is going to go. But Shallow with a big chance here. He's caught Walshy out and he's got that net open to himself. And he's just found the farthest corner. I thought he put that wide, but he slotted it home nice.
It's great placement from Shallow. Honestly, it's looking like Shallow's feeling a bit comfortable on the field right now. You know what I mean? As Shallow says, once he has his backies mod and the Shallow size, he's feeling pretty good. But yeah, no, he's feeling really nice on the field.
Yeah, he's looking very good. And His goals so far have been fairly comfortable. He's looked in control of things. That one, pretty much just a race to the goal, and in which case the ball won. And Walshy lost, and we're at 4-1 now. Walshy with a chance here. Looks in under Shallow. It's a great touch. Not quite on target. He flicks it around. And that is very, very well done. And even some appreciation from Shallow there in the chat. Very nicely done. I don't think Shallow realised just how little boost Walshy had.
Yeah, maybe not. He anticipated maybe a nicer 50-50, but as you can see, Shallow just went straight over. Luckily, see, that's what I was talking about. The other shot Walshy was trying to make, he's trying to bluff Shallow without the boost, and then Shallow's just going to overextend and overcommit.
Going into our 7th kickoff of the game. Let's see how this plays out. Walshy with boost and ball under his control. A minute left. Well, if he scored off that one, I would have fancied him to make a comeback, but it wasn't to be. And Walshy will go for round 2. Ball and boost in a very similar position. Shallow, though, again, not looking too troubled by that. But there's a demo onto Walshy. That bounce is not kind. See if Walshy can make a double touch out of this. Just off the crossbar. So unlucky. Nearly a very nice play. But we move on, and luckily for Shallow, it stays at 4-2. And in fact, this might be a chance for Shallow if he can get around quickly enough, which he can. That's going to be 5-2 for Shallow, just when it looked like it could have been 4-3 the other way.
Honestly, that double touch for Walshy to try and make that attempt, it was just awkward, but it was all he could do. The ball was in the air, and if he waited for the ball to come down, Shallow would have already been in his goal. So that's just unlucky. But Shallow's playing really good at the moment.
All right, well, with 30 seconds left, we'll see what we can do. Shallow looking to make this possibly an even bigger scoreline than it needs to be. Walshy just not able to really create any major chances. We've seen 1 or 2 come and go. When he hit the crossbar there, you could argue that someone like him wouldn't miss those normally. It's a big challenge from him. He may have not got the ball, but he got the man on that occasion, which is something. And again, Shallow, though, surely making a 6-2, and that is very, very nicely done. And you have to say, Mull, Shallow's got Pengu next. Pengu will not be enjoying the side of this.
No, definitely not. But like, this was just one of those games that really worked out from straight off the bat. You know, he got that nice first goal, and then upon it, he got the kickoff goal. So he's had really good pressure this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, Shallow's done very well, and I think some of the ways that Walsh has tried to attack have played into Shallow's hands. And all right, it's an interesting bounce for a goal there for Shallow.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be game.
Yeah,
You never know. Maybe he could come back.
Yeah, I think while she was driving off into the sunset there, he knew what was happening. And that is very, very nicely done from Shallow, who makes it through to the next round, beating the first gatekeeper that we've seen lose today. And it's very, very well done. So Shallow moves on. He will play Pengu later on. And that should be a massive matchup. We've seen them play before, so they'll know what to expect from each other. It'll be very, very interesting one indeed. Mull, what did you make of that? Anything, maybe if Pengu's watching in, if you're his coach right now, anything you'd spot, anything you'd say?
If I could spot anything for Shallow, it just looks like Shallow got a really solid start off. He was always just that little bit in front. He got his boost management down. He got his kickoffs. His kickoffs were actually a nice, good bit of where he was adding the pressure on top of Walshy. But I feel like the only thing that caught Walshy out there was the bluffs. The bluffs that he was trying to make without any boost. He was really trying to convince Shallow that he had the boost to make these plays, but he was just I don't really know what to say, but he was just shooting there. You know what I mean? The shots really weren't working, and Shallow was playing really good on defense. So it was a really good game though between the two of them. Congratulations to Shallow for getting through.
Yeah, very, very well done from him. And it was yeah, I agree. I felt Walshy was a bit tame at times, and it was unfortunate maybe not see him at his absolute best. But anyways, maybe that is even more kudos to Shallow for shutting him down. But having said that, we will move on. We have plenty more games to play here at the Irish 12 Titans. And so I will hand it back over to Rez and let him introduce the next set of games.
Thank you very much for that, Forehead and Mull. Just a quick note, Joe subscribing with Twitch Prime during that match. Thank you very much, Joe. We appreciate that here at RLI. So, on that match, a saucy performance from Shallow has burst Walshy's bubble as he moves through to the final 8. Up next, Shallow will have to take on Pengu, who made it through the first qualifier. I just want to ask you, Enwrong, with Shallow showing some very impressive form in that match, do you think that Pengu could be slightly afraid of the threat that he could pose?
I don't think Pengu will care less, to be honest. It's Pengu. He doesn't really care. He's just there to play and have fun. He'll care a little, but Marco isn't here in the bracket, so Pengu won't really care now. He just wants to have fun, I'd say.
Fair enough. And looking forward to the next match, which we'll be getting into very shortly. Ineffable against Blah. We got to see some incredible speed from Blah, especially when he played LTX Sam in the second qualifier. Do you think that could cause problems for Ineffable Mull?
You mean
I mean Naylor. I mean Naylor.
Ineffable is more than capable enough of one's player to do anything Blah throws at him, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it seems that Ineffable is absolutely the favourite for this one. We'll be getting into things very shortly. I just want to get your final predictions, Enwrong. Are we saying Ineffable for this?
Yes.
And Naylor?
Ineffable's my bet to win the whole thing, so I hope he wins this. Otherwise, I'm going to look very foolish. And I don't like looking very foolish.
God forbid.
Well, we'll have to see if Ineffable can continue with his impressive form in recent tournaments. I'm going to hand this one off to Enwrong and Naylor. Have a good time.
Thanks very much, Rez. We come in here now to the last match of the first round. And Blah wins a very dominant kickoff against Ineffable. But he doesn't quite get the goal, but he's going to go for another flick. But Ineffable now has all the boosts, and already a bit of nerves there shown from both guys, as Blah misses the shot, but Ineffable also makes a few dodgy little mechanical plays now. Ineffable on the ball. Thinks about trying to do something there with Blah, but as soon as he dropped the ball off the car, he was in trouble. And Blah, I'm not sure what's happening, but there's already been a goal scored, and Blah's ping has spiked a lot.
Oh no, that's the last thing you want in a 1v1. You've nobody there to support you when your ping just it's just bad buzz for Blah.
Yeah, unfortunate for Blah, but he's just got to play on. There's not much you can do. Ineffable got the goal, and I recognised it straight away as soon as Blah started driving forward instead of driving towards the ball. Ineffable couldn't even believe it. He started driving forward, and he's like, wait, what's happening? But anyway, 1-0 to Ineffable, and that's what he would have wanted to settle his nerves. Blah now gets the boost in the corner, but Ineffable's going to try a little pop shot on net. Blah is equal to it. Blah takes the ball down the wing. Misses the boost though critically in the corner, and he's going to have to go for it in the corner. Blah thinks about popping it over Ineffable, but brilliant mechanics there by Ineffable to pop that ball high because he didn't get the boost. And Blah once again misses the boost, and nerves here coming out. Really big for both players, Naylor.
Yeah, that's a couple of boost Blahs that they're missing now, and even straight away off the kickoff, very first kickoff, Blah could have went 1-0 up, but just didn't manage his boost well enough, and Ineffable just after catching him out there again.
That is a banger. There's no other way to describe that, Naylor. He absolutely boomed that ball as hard as he possibly could. And by the time it got to the net, it was still 102 kilometers. A brilliant goal from Ineffable, and he's already shown in the first minute and 15 seconds why he is a massive danger to the likes of Rob, Kiernan, Mug, and so on in this tournament. Ineffable now takes the ball around the side. He's going to take an absolute banger of a shot on net, and he absolutely rips one into the top corner. And Naylor, alarm bells are ringing for Blah.
Yeah, he's just in the net here. It's just a straightforward save, but I think he's just getting, as the goal beforehand, he got caught out by the power, and he's after getting caught out by the power again of Ineffable's hits.
Yeah, I've been checking every 10 seconds or so just to make sure Blah doesn't have internet issues for you guys. Just knowing he did for the first goal, I can absolutely guarantee that, but he hasn't from what I can see. But unfortunately for him, he's been demoed. His Bim Bam approach, which worked so well in the qualifiers, hasn't been working today. Bit slow there, and Ineffable follows him up with a demo and a good shot on net. 4-0 Naylor, this could be over very quickly.
Yeah, Ineffable clearly has the upper hand here, and I think Blah is just maybe playing the player instead of playing the field, and just thinking too much about the name that he's playing. So he's just not settled at all into this match, and he's just making one or two very, very handy errors.
Yeah, interesting little play there by Ineffable. I'm not sure what he was trying to do exactly, but he doesn't quite get it off. And Blah is going to score here, and that is 4-1. It's a good equaliser, and that'll settle Blah really well indeed. Big mistake there from Ineffable. Not sure what he was trying to do, Naylor.
Yeah, Blah definitely just needed a goal to help settle his nerves. I think maybe Ineffable just kind of switched off a little bit and thinks Blah's not playing too well. I'll go for something stupid, and it's a stupid mistake to make, really.
Very stupid indeed. Ineffable now grabs the boost on the side. He fires another ripper on net. The last one worked on Blah, but this time Blah is finally equal to it. Ineffable critically gets the boost, and Blah now very intelligently does not go up for this one, and he catches the ball on his car now. Blah on the ball. Ineffable shadowing very well indeed. But Blah gets the boost in the corner, and that's going to mean Ineffable is he's going to have to back off unless he wants to be caught out here. Blah tries something spectacular, but he doesn't get Ineffable now. Just taking a breather, waiting for Blah to back off, but he sees he doesn't, so he's going to keep boosting towards it, which is smart by Ineffable, watching what his opponent does there. But Blah, once again, the Bim Bam is starting to come out now, and this is where Blah is at his finest. But he doesn't have any boost here, I don't think, and that's going to be a problem for Blah. Ineffable now takes the boost in the corner. Blah turns towards it, he thinks about it, but he doesn't. Ineffable fires an absolute pinger of a flick. Look at that, that is absolutely unbelievable. 5-1. Brazil nailer?
It's definitely a possibility, Rob. I just think Blad's getting a bit too impatient now with the scoreline, and he just needs to throw in a few fake challenges there because he's just after diving in way too many times, and Ineffable's just going to be able to read that very easily if he keeps doing it.
Absolutely. Good win for Blah on the kickoff though, but Ineffable critically. The recovery was sublime. And now he's just practicing his reverse dribbling mechanics. That man, of course, has done the training packs, as you can tell. But Ineffable goes full on to that challenge. Gets a good dunk on it. But once again, does Blah get the boost? He does. Ineffable's going to get the corner one. It's going to be about the challenge here now for Blah, but he unfortunately pushes it into Ineffable before Ineffable makes the challenge. Let's full on become a real speed affair here, Naylor. Both guys are just rushing towards the ball as fast as they can, trying to outpace each other.
Yeah, well, Blah has no choice really. He's running out of time here. He's 5-1 down. And Ineffable's just, I wouldn't say he's being forced to do that. He's just doing what's necessary in the situation to beat Blah to the ball.
Yeah, but Blah's tactics, they're working. Unfortunately for you guys in the chat, I know some of you are probably hoping for Brazil. We won't get that today, but we might get it in the next match. Blah now, he needs another 3 goals to tie up affairs here against Ineffable. Ineffable, of course, a whole plethora of different achievements in RL Ireland. He is the most recent Ones League champion and also the 1v1 monthly cup champion as well. And he just demonstrates everything of why he's just such a really, really dominant ones player nailer with that one piece of skill.
Yeah, same again. Blah just, I don't think he's fake challenge ones. He just keeps diving in, and it's just, you need to be self-aware when you're playing ones. You need to realise when somebody's exposing something that they're doing, and Blah just isn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Blah, of course, not winning these challenges. For those of you who are in the quarterfinals, make sure you check in, of course. Check-in should be going live in about 10 minutes. So make sure you do that, because the first game will continue. We'll have a little break after this, of course, before we get into the next round of games. But Blah, he's still got a chance, but not when he does stuff like that. And that, I think, Ineffable isn't going to score for some reason. Hope he doesn't regret that.
Did Blah have ping issues there? Maybe he felt bad for him?
No, I don't think so. That was the first thing I checked on the scoreboard. I think Blah just made a real meal of it. Cook's pinch? Oh no, he thought about it and then he realised that. Not sure what's going on here. This is a very high-level 1v1 game, of course, here in RL Ireland. And Ineffable now is going to get done for that. But
Really?
he's winded down so much time. Does it really matter, Naylor?
Yeah, it's cheeky of Blah to score that goal after Ineffable just starts dribbling around the pitch and just... just, I think he said, look, no more, I feel bad, I'm just going to leave you to it and we'll just lead the score at that, but Blah's trying to make it look a bit more respectable.
Blah, of course, is a very cheeky boy, and he's about to score one.
Oh.
I take
That's
it back.
karma.
And this is the Blah we've seen from the first qualifier, Naylor, and not the second one, I think.
Hmm.
I spoke too soon. Karma. There's a chance.
There is a chance, and Ineffable might be kicking himself here. He could have went 7-2 up, but just decided to play around a bit, and now Blah gets a good kick off here. Ineffable's under pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. 4-6. Blah needs a kickoff win. He gets another kickoff win. Ineffable's going to be panicking now. This is it. This is the big moment. Ineffable's never really had a moment like this before. But Blah critically doesn't score it. And that is surely going to be game. Naylor, Ineffable has shown everything as to why we think he's going to be one of the front runners here. And although he was very, I think, very nice, really gentlemanlike with his performance today. Yeah, well done to Ineffable. He tried to be nice. He tried to let Blah recover from his ping issues, but he took advantage where he needed to. And yeah, really nice win. What do you think was the secret here for Ineffable? Was it ping for Blah, or was it Blah not hitting the ball? What was it?
I think the main issue was with Blah and the fact that I don't think I've seen him fake challenge once. So if you're playing against somebody like Ineffable, he's just going to keep reading the fact that you're going to keep flying in for the ball. You have to fake challenge once. That's the key to ones. You have to mix it up, or else your opponent just, especially any opponent, not even somebody as good as Ineffable, will start to read what you're doing. And if you don't mix it up, you're not really giving yourself a good chance.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree there. And that was Blah's kryptonite. He wasn't able to vary his game. It was just one of the same. Everything was the same. Ineffable, of course, is trying to report an 11-0 win now on Smash. I'm not really sure how representative that is, but the admins will take a look at that later. We're going to go back to the desk now to Rez. I believe we're going to a break. Is that correct, Rez?
That is correct. We are going to go to a very short break, but we will be back soon with arguably the biggest match of the tournament so far in Rob Kin against Red Eyes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very soon. Stay right here. Hello and welcome back to the Rocket League Ireland sponsored Irish 12 Titans. I'm Rez and I'm bringing you all the action this evening alongside two casters, Forehead and Mull, for our next match. I just want to ask a quick question towards you, Forehead. Our next match is Robkin against Red Eyes. Obviously Robkin is the favourite, but Red Eyes already has played a match earlier on today. Do you think the idea of being able to warm up prior to your game could have a big impact on how Red Eyes plays?
Yeah, really good question. And I was thinking about this. I don't think it will have a massive effect. You know, Red Eyes has only played the one game. It's not very hard to replicate that by just queuing or by, scrimming someone or whatever in a private match. So I think maybe just for the mentality, it might be good because Red Eyes will be really sort of ultra focused. Whereas this Rob Kiernan's first game, he might be slightly more relaxed into it, and then he'll warm up. But I think to answer your question honestly, no, I don't think it'll make a massive difference for this.
And Mull, obviously Robkin is one of the favourites for this tournament. Between him and Ineffable is the predicted winner. Do you think there's really any chance that Red Eyes can pull off the upset here?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? In ones, especially when it comes to Red Eyes, Red Eyes is such a fast player. And in ones, if you get the right momentum and you get the right boost grabs, honestly, you'll be surprised how fast Red Eyes can get around the pitch and beat Rob Kiernan to these challenges. But as Rob Kiernan being the favourite, people are going to doubt that. But never underestimate Red Eyes. He's a really good player, very solid, especially in a ones tournament.
Well, this is a real match of the Titans. Obviously, Red Eyes, our victor of Season 1 of the Irish 12 Titans all that time ago, against Rob Kiernan, who is currently just 7th in the world in 1v1. I'm going to hand off to our casters, Mull and Forehead. Take it away.
Yep, thank you very, very much, Rez. And you stole the words right out of my mouth. It really is a clash of the Titans here. It is going to be a big one. Red Eyes versus Rob Kiernan. There's too many O's involved. And should be a huge, huge match. And I slightly hate to say it, Mull, but you'd have to say Rob Kiernan is the favourite at the end of the day coming into this.
Oh, definitely. Rob Kiernan, he's got to be the favourite. Like, it's not down to just that he had a few good games. This man is literally sitting at number 7 in the world. And then before that, he has been sitting at top 100 in ones. You know, he doesn't just do this for the tournament. He is a ones main, and he's going to show it in this tournament. Starting off with a crazy kickoff.
Serious kickoff, and Red Eyes up for the aerial shot out of Che. You see his disconnected. Someone's disconnected.
Someone disconnected?
I think I personally disconnected, and things got very confusing for me. Right, sorry. So, yeah, Red Eyes went up for that ridiculous aerial, came back down, missed the boost. Rob Kiernan scored. Grant, we're all caught up. 10 seconds in, 1-0, kickoff number 2. And again, massively in Rob Kiernan's favour. I don't think I've ever seen anyone win a kickoff by such a margin. And Red Eyes really struggling just to get the ball anywhere away from his goal. No boost. Rob Kiernan knows exactly what he wants to do right now. And the one thing there I was just commenting on as I possibly disconnected is Red Eyes, of course, in the Batmobile. I'd love to know what the tactical thinking behind that one was, but having said that, Rob Kiernan fires a very simple shot home to make it 2-0.
You can see Rob Kiernan completely bringing the pace up than what Red Eyes was used to in his first game there against Slick Mick. But Red Eyes bringing out the Landmobile, so hopefully his kickoffs can get a bit more solid after this.
Yeah, there we go. That's a better kickoff from Red Eyes. He's played it slow. He's played it. Not enough power. Rob Kiernan able to come back around for that one. And Rob Kiernan just clatters through Red Eyes to get rid of that one. He can't get it away. The flatness of the Batmobile not paying off there at all. And Rob Kiernan makes it 3.
That's just insane from Rob Kiernan. You can really see that Red Eyes has just stepped into Rob Kiernan's house. He's really making a statement. Like, there's not many people that can really do this to a good player that is Red Eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a serious kickoff there. I want to see what Red Eyes can do. That ball bouncing so awkwardly. Rob Kiernan just smashes it down the pitch. Not able to read it on that occasion. But we play on. Red Eyes trying to get the ball out of his half. Not something that's happened very often. Goes around the orange corner there. Rob Kiernan happy enough to grab the boost. Try to get the ball under control and to go again. Fire one at Red Eyes. Takes to the skies this time around, follows it up into the corner. That's a great save from Red Eyes. I wonder, can he follow it out? Try get some sort of a counter attack on. He knocks it on target, but it's not very hard.
Ooh.
And Rob Kernan with a bit of a misplay. He even admits that himself in the chat.
Honestly, I feel like that was a bit of a deciding factor. If Rob Kiernan saved that, I feel like Red Eyes would have felt so much more pressure, but I feel like he was actually a bit relieved that that ball went in, so you never know how it's going to go now.
Now we'll see here, Red Eyes. With every kickoff is just getting a little bit more competitive. And we play on here. 3.5 minutes ago. Rob Kernan looking to take another one past Red Eyes. That's going to be so unfortunate for Red Eyes, but poor play at the same time, you have to say.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate from Red Eyes. I feel like he just sort of misread the speed on the ball there, but hopefully he can bring it back in this next kickoff.
Well, we'll see here what he can make of this one. Still plenty of time to go. Let's see. Can he just get a bit of boost and get the ball away from his net? But no, Kernan fires one so precisely into that bottom corner.
I'm sorry to say it, but Rob Kiernan is actually insane. This man is actually all over Red Eyes at the moment. He is playing out of his mind, and he has not really made one mistake besides the goal that he conceded to Red Eyes.
Yeah, and I have to say the scary thing, especially from Red Eyes' point of view, Rob Kernan doesn't look like he's had to play, up a gear since the start of this game. And look
Really
at this,
doesn't.
he's just turtling the next one in, because you can. Wow, oh wow.
That is insane. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left, and Rob Kiernan is up 6-1. That is insane. And I'd say in Red Eyes' head, he doesn't even feel like he got that first goal against Rob Kiernan, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean. As the goal comes in, make it 7-1. It is, of course, the famous Brazil. And with 3 minutes left...
With 3 minutes left.
It's an outstanding performance, if nothing else, from Rob Kiernan there.
Honestly, I was expecting this game to be a really crazy, memorable game, but I wasn't expecting it to be like this. 7-1 with 3 minutes left. That is actually insane.
Well, here's the thing, Mo. Here's what I'm waiting for now. There's a bit of flair and something spectacular. Because I think it's safe to say that Rob does indeed have Red Eyes' number. And will have no issue putting the goals away, as we can see here once again. So I'm thinking, and if I'm in Rob Kiernan's head, 8-1 up, it's time for a couple of ceiling shots. It's time for something special.
That's what I'm thinking, but you never know. Rob Kiernan's probably out here to make a statement, and these goals may just keep rising.
Well, it's a dangerous and very slippery slope that Red Eyes currently finds himself on. But we'll see here another kickoff that just couldn't bounce more perfectly for Rob Kiernan. And it is now 9-1, a massive scoreline here already. And yeah, well, we'll have to see how this one plays out. But I'm hoping that we can get something special, something VOD-worthy, something, clip-worthy.
I think this
We'll
whole
have to
game
play
is
on.
VOD-worthy. This is insane. Rob Kiernan's actually this is the level that he plays at, which is insane.
Right, well, moving on, half the game left to go. Rob Kiernan looking to make something happen off the wall. Red Eyes has had to leave the match, which is quite unlike him.
He said be right back. Just wait a second.
And yeah, it's quite, kudos to Rob for not needing to join.
Oh, he's back.
Red Eyes is back.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's in the
He's
sky.
going to Scarab. He knows. He knows. Oh man, well, Naylor in the last game was talking about being self-aware. I think that is arguably the ultimate level of self-aware you can get. And yeah, do you know what? Is he actually? Oh, I thought for a second it's good. Rob helps it in, and Red Eyes gets one in the Scarab. And I think we can all have a laugh at that. And I think it's fair to say Rocket League is the winner on this occasion. That is that is a fine goal.
Definitely. If this game has been anything.
Can you believe the quarterfinals of our 12 Titans, and that is one of the goals that goes in. Red Eyes in the Scarab, making a statement in a totally different way. He even goes to the flick in the Scarab. I don't know how that works, but he found it. He made it happen. We'll see here how this last minute and a half plays out. But yeah, I think Red has even got the lawnmower engine just to really add to that Scarab effect. Not something I can say I'm a fan of, but anyways, I'm sure Rob Kiernan won't have any issues with what Red Eyes plays in if the score stays as it is. That's actually a fantastic save from Red Eyes. Give him a bit of credit. That's a very good save. But he's gonna have to make a few more of those, I fancy. As Rob Kiernan comes once again, knocking at the door and taking all the boost with him. We'll see here how Rob Kiernan goes. He just gets underneath that one, but managed to bump Red Eyes, get him away from any potential clear. Red Eyes and the Scarab just looking to get this ball away, looking to clear it as far away as possible. Let's see, with 45 seconds left, it pretty much is game, set, and match at this point. Red Eyes just knocking it off his own corner. He might get a chance here with the open net, you know. Rob Kiernan probably didn't expect that bounce, and that will make it 9-3. And the scoreline becoming a little bit more respectable than Red Eyes. Although, let's be honest, he's won our respect already.
Yeah, definitely. If anything, I feel like this game is going to be the most memorable game that we're going to take out of this tournament today, because this game has been amazing.
Yeah, in all different kinds of ways. Rob Kiernan, again, those kickoffs though. I haven't talked about them a whole lot. His kickoffs are phenomenal. As he casually makes it 10-3. I know Red Eyes in the Scarab, right? I understand he's giving himself a bit of a handicap, but that is still phenomenal kickoff and a brilliant way to finish it
I
off.
won't call it a handicap now. If anything, he scored more goals in the Scarab than he has in the Batmobile. So if anything, this is after bringing him up a little bit.
This is true. This is true. I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah.
You might be onto something. Rob Kiernan clearly knows something about the dark arts of the kickoff that we don't, as he once again wins that one relatively comfortably. Red Eyes, let's see what he can do here. Gonna read the bounce off the wall, look for the flick in the Scarab. Again, he actually gets it too, which is quite surprising. Rob Kiernan able to clear that one into a safe zone just beside his net. And that ball's not going to stay up for much longer, and that will be the game. Well. Rob, well done that man, Rob Kiernan. He makes it into the next round.
That was genuinely an insane game. Great job from Rob Kiernan. You can really tell that he's just on a completely different level when it comes to the ones aspect. Hard luck to Red Eyes though, but Red Eyes played very well in this first game there against Slick Mick.
Yeah, well, do you know what? It was a very eventful game. Let's put it that way. It really was.
Definitely.
And you can just see there in the leaderboard, the dominance is insane. Rob Kiernan's 15 shots to Red Eyes' 5 is nuts. Absolutely nuts stuff. And an absolutely magical performance from Rob. We'll see, can he keep it up going later on into this tournament. But for now, we have more games to play. We will hand back to Rez and the rest of the crew. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mull and Forehead. And what a performance from Rob Kiernan that has put Red Eyes out of the tournament in the quarter final. I'm almost lost for words, Enwrong, with how impressive Rob Kiernan looked, and I just don't think anyone can match him.
I came back from making a cup of tea at 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and the score was 9-1. I'm not really sure what to say about that. I feel really bad for Red Eyes, but what Red Eyes did will forever go down in the history books of RLI. That is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. It was so funny that I'm glad I was muted when I started laughing, because it wasn't a very nice, pleasant sound to hear, to be honest with you. But yeah, what do you think, Naylor? Rob Kiernan was insane.
I want to ask you if you still think Ineffable's take this. Do you think Ineffable's going to be able to deal with that?
I'm going to go, yeah. Why not? Let's see what happens.
You think so? You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. Ineffable's going to win this. Come on, Aaron.
Okay, Boomer.
Let's go.
So looking forward to our next match. We have our reigning 12 Titans champion, Moog. He's going to be taking centre stage in the next one up against Spectre. Spectre's looked incredible throughout this tournament so far, and do you think he can continue that even further, making it past Moog? Enwrong?
I hate to say it, but whoever makes it through here won't be going any further after the next round. I think the only person that can stop Rob Kieran are Pengu and Ineffable, in my opinion. Maybe Shallow, but I'm not sure Mug can. I saw Mug playing against Mayday today. Mug got absolutely destroyed. It wasn't pleasant. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't the kind of performance I've been expecting of Mug. Mug hasn't been playing the best Rock League now for a while. And Spectre, we'll see how he does against Mug. But Spectre is good when he's got boosts. And if there's one thing I can tell you, is that Rob Kieran's kickoff will be stopping Spectre getting boosts. So between these two, I'm going to go with Mug. I still think Mug is a top 5 player in Ireland. I would honestly say Mug is a top 3 player still. I think the only players above Mug at the moment, still, on pure ability overall, are Vert and Rob Kieran. I think Mug's third, but only on his best day. And I hope he brings it out here because he's going to need to.
Naylor, do you agree with the consensus that Mug is the favourite for this one, or do you think something different?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with everything he said, really. From what I know, Mug has been playing quite a bit of one, so maybe just maybe had a bit of an off day against Mayday and just didn't really, or maybe just it was only a scrim and he didn't really care. So we'll see how he gets on here. I'm sure he'll be he'll be bringing out everything in his arsenal here to try and take down Spectre and go to the next round.
Well, we'll get into this one immediately. I'm going to hand things off to our casters for this match, and I'm going to mull.
Thank you very much, Rez. Thank you very much, guys, and thanks to everyone who's been supporting us in the chat today. We peaked in at around 55 viewers today. Make sure you vote in the chat every game of who you think is going to win with an exclamation mark. It doesn't actually do anything, but it makes it easier for me to see. Well, let's get things kicked off here, Naylor. And we have Mug putting instant pressure on Spectre, but already Mug with a mechanical error, and Spectre has done him. And Spectre is bringing a different kind of speed to these ones games, isn't he, Naylor?
Yeah, he's just an awkward player to play against, and he always seemed like I think he looks like he's in an awkward position, but he's just really not. And I think that's what catches his opponents out. He's just so well with dealing with them awkward positions.
Yeah, absolutely. Mug wins a kickoff this time though. Spectre, not used to seeing that, of course, haven't played against Pandas kickoffs before. Mug very intelligently puts the ball behind Spectre, and now he's going to try and fake Spectre, bait him into doing something he doesn't want to do. Mug reverses with a boost, but it wasn't there. But luckily for him, it wasn't there for Spectre either. Now Spectre has to go from right to left to gather the boost. Gives away possession though to Mug, but Mug hands it straight back to him and says, here, have it. And Mug is about to get caught here, and that's what I was afraid of. Oh, and he sat on Spectre as well to add insult to injury. And Spectre has already shown why this guy should be considered in the top 10 players in Ireland.
Yeah, definitely. Mug just overextending a little bit there and getting a bit angsty. There's no need to be going for that sort of play when you're only 1 goal down and you're still in the 4th minute of the game. It's really not necessary for him to make a play like that.
Yeah, Mug giving away possession though, playing a bit like Rez, our host, does in ones. But thankfully, Mug able to make the save there. And he keeps it at 2-0 because if that had gone in already, Mug's task would have been so big. Spectre now flicks the ball wide, but unfortunately for him, he manages to actually retain possession of the ball. To the surprise of me, and I'll tell you what, Mug isn't expecting this speed at all, is he? But as I said,
oh no!
The rage.
Yeah.
What do we think, Naylor? I'm a bit surprised by Spectre, but Mug is about to get a goal here. It makes it 2-1.
Yeah, well deserved here. I think he deserved the goal really off that last effort, and then Spectre just a bit too slow and predictable there, and Mug just reads that all day, every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Melonhead34. That is a fantastic username for the sub. We really appreciate it. Melonhead34, guys, give him a big old round of applause in the chat. 2-1 though to Spectre.
Sounds like my ult.
Oh yeah. Oh no, Mug! No
way!
I can imagine it right now in the chat. I can imagine what Mug is saying. It's probably a couple of shall we say bad words. No effing way, I think was what he would be saying right about now. But Mug hits him with a nice one. Spectre very nicely says thanks, and we're 3-1. Naylor. Spectre is bringing a different kind of game.
Yeah, I think Mug probably wouldn't even get tilted with that. I think Mug would realise that that's just a well executed fake, and just it happens to the best of us, Rob. It's humiliating, but we all
It doesn't happen to me, man.
Yeah, that's because you just fucking shit.
Baited! Everyone clip that. Oh, it's not going to be enough for Spectre. Those Mug blasts one into the top of the net. What a goal there from Mug. Spectre unfortunately getting caught there with the challenges.
Oh hey, yeah, that's a good call from Mug there, catching Spectre off with a good shot and just Finally, Spectre crumbling in one of them awkward positions for once.
Yeah, absolutely. Good kickoff from Mug, though. Again, he slows it down on purpose because he knows he's not winning his kickoffs, and he retains boost control and, most importantly, the ball range that he wants. Oh, beautiful from Mug. He really shows his intelligence there. And the mechanics are starting to come out now from Mug as well. A bit of both, really, and he really does. It's the kickoff, Naylor. I'm telling you, if Spectre can maintain that kind of kickoff, he's got a great chance, but he needs to really keep on that.
Yeah, a big thing in ones is your adaptability and awareness of what's going on around you. So if something's not working, you not like figure out what your opponent's doing and learn how to counter that. And that's exactly what Smug's doing. He's countering that kickoff very well. And
oh no, he's going to be kicking himself there. It was such a big brain play, but unfortunately the execution wasn't there in the end. And oh, he misses the pinch, and he's gonna. Oh no, say goodbye, Mug. But Spectre misses, but he's gonna get it. Physics RNG cans will be saying right now in the chat if his internet didn't like him out.
yeah, Mug here. I don't know. I think he should really try jump on the right hand side of the ball and just pinch it to the corner. I think just trying to be a bit too precise there and keep possession when he really just needs to get himself the ball out of there and himself out of trouble. Really.
Mug, I think, is making a lot of plays, Naylor, that he really doesn't have to be making against Spectre. I think he's expecting a bit too much of him. Do you agree with that assessment?
Oh.
That's what I mean. Why does he turn like that? There's no need to. There's no need.
There really isn't.
Why does he turn there a little bit to the left? He had the ball controlled.
He just didn't even need to move his car. He was going straight to it. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, really strange indeed. Dr. Manlet, what a name. Twitch Prime sub, thank you very much. Not as interesting as whatever your man's name was, Tasting Rainbows or something, but that's a good name still at the same time. But a beautiful goal from Mug to equalise.
Yeah, you can see no matter how many mistakes Mug makes, he's always calm, cool and collected and is more than capable of getting himself back into the ones game.
Yeah, absolutely. Still 2 minutes to go.
Loads of time.
But, Naylor, Spectre is leading. Not what everyone was expecting. The 5-time LAN winner is not winning.
No, he's not, and is he after catching him out here? Oh.
I don't know. Mug's trigonometry at the moment. Oh, Spectre, no way! Oh my god. Had that gone in, that would have been the best goal I've ever seen in a Rocket League Ireland tournament. But he doesn't get it. Mug fires an absolute boomer. And might not be one of the best goals we've ever seen in a Rocket League Ireland tournament, but it's definitely a very, very good goal.
Yeah, Mug does very well to keep the ball out of net there. Up the other end, he just gets a little touch as it comes back off the backboard to stop Spectre scoring the follow-up. And then Spectre, low boost, just Mug bangs it into the top corner. He even recovers and gets down to the other end of the field and still gets boost, but Mug just strikes that ball so beautifully.
Nice little play there by Spectre, fakes out Mug in the corner, but unfortunately Mug's mechanics excellent indeed. You can tell he plays Formula 1 2019 with those power slide turns, some excellent car control mechanics there. Mug, of course, goes for the 15, he does win it, but Spectre now has a lot of boost, which means he'll be able to retain car control. But Mug with the big brain play, but unfortunately again the mechanics letting him down a little bit. And Spectre is going to score, and that is 6-5, and this is the problem with Mug. He's got the idea right, but not the execution.
Yeah, just very rash there. I think he rushed the shot because he knew Spectre was closing in on him, and then the bounce wasn't really favourable for him to get a quick follow-up, but the fact that he was on 0 boost as well really didn't help him there.
Yeah, absolutely. Mug was playing Parking Simulator there by the end of that, unfortunately, not quite able to get around enough. Oh, Spectre, that is absolutely gorgeous. I'd love to know how all these players are able to do these like flip cancels, or whatever. Like, I can't do these things at all.
It's
I saw
just
Rob
so
Kiernan do a few.
They just make it seem effortless.
Whenever I do that, the car just breaks.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work for me.
Just turned into a really bad half flip.
I'd have to hit the ball for that. But 5-7, and your defending champion Mug, just like all the other defending champions previously, could be knocked out before he even hits the final. But Mug with the reset, and he doesn't get it, and he's tilted. That is game. There's no way Mug is coming back from that. He is definitely forfeiting, I'd say. Or at least he's going RNG on the game.
Yeah, I don't think he got the flip reset there. It doesn't look like it.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he would have definitely used it if he had, but it's his own fault for not getting the flip reset there. If he got it, he would have been able to take it over Spectre, and it would have been only 7-6, but now it's 8-5, and it's a big enough task now against Spectre, who's playing super.
Yeah, Spectre has been the dark horse all tournament long, and you have to wonder. And a shout out to my boy Jaffa, the moderator, who does a load of work in Oral Ireland. He actually took down Spectre in one series earlier on this season, but maybe Spectre has gotten a lot better. And Spectre with the Doomsday. And that's it. Mug's left. GG Spectre.
Yeah, that'll be a very tilting loss for Mug, if anything, because a lot of things are very easily avoidable, and that's just one where it exposes every little flaw that you have in your game. It's kind
Yeah,
of good though, 'cause
I think we can call it there because Red Eyes didn't. Red Eyes said BRB, but Mug didn't. So well done to Spectre. I hope he's having fun there on top of the ball. I would nearly join in myself, but I'm sure then that someone will try and get us disqualified. But yeah, well done to Spectre. An amazing performance from him. And yeah, that's pretty much game. We're going to leave it there. Naylor, Spectre was phenomenal. He really outclassed the defending champion. He is just shown to be going up the gears as this has gone on, and he's going to go on now in the semi-final to play big bad Rob Kiernan. What do you think of that performance from Spectre, Naylor?
well, we can't really. We have to take Spectre seriously now, but Rob Kiernan is absolute demolition of Red Eyes. You want to take Spectre seriously, and I'm sure Rob Kiernan will. I'm sure he takes every opponent he plays seriously, but can't see any way past Rob Kiernan at this point in time. I really can't.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks to you guys. Of course, you were in the chat today. Make sure you stay with us. We will be right back. I'm just going to go over to Rez now, and he's going to take us into our next game. Big man Pengu, the guy who saved my shot at a LAN against the Shallow Sauce.
An absolutely stunning performance from Spectre will continue the Cinderella run. He'll go through to face Rob Kiernan a little later on. Looking forward to the next match, it will be Pengu against Shallow. Shallow will be looking to bring the source from his previous game that he had against Walshy earlier on in the day. And I just want to direct a question to you, Forehead. Pengu has shown that he can be a very good ones player at times. He's definitely shown up, especially in ones tournaments in the past. Do you think that he's in with a good chance of beating Shallow here?
Yeah, I think so. I think, in my opinion, this is probably the most even match we're going to see today. I know we saw a couple of close ones early on, but I think this really be one of the tightest. And I think as well we're going to get a nice contrast to playstyles. Pengu is very, very defensive and is very good at that. Shallow, really good, box of tricks, able to score from any angle, and we saw that earlier. So I think you can hang in the balance to answer your question. I don't know, I guess. I'm trying to desperately remember. These guys played before, and I believe Shallow won, but I could be wrong on that one. So either way, I think it'll be a very, very close match, and we'll have to wait and see in just a minute or two.
Well, Mull, I also want to hear from you, obviously. Shallow coming through past Welshie. Shallow made it through in the second qualifier, I do believe. Do you think that the fact that Shallow sort of took a bit of extra time to make it through to this point, does that sort of show he's a slightly weaker player? Or do you think that once you get to this point, it's an even playing field?
No, it doesn't. No, definitely. It wouldn't show a weaker side of Shallow. If anything, it shows a stronger side. You know what I mean? Normally, people that take the longer route, they've had a lot more failures, which is going to make sure that they learn from it. And they're going to want to win even more than the people that just sort of strolled by, if you get what I mean. Now, I'm not saying that Pengu strolled by. Pengu is an exceptional ones player. But by all means, Shallow is not going to be feeling much pressure going into this. He's going to be playing very solid, but whereas Pengu is, I don't think Pengu is going to be really affected by however Shallow made it. I feel like he just plays the games that he has to play, and he plays them really well. You know what I mean?
Well, I just want to hear your final predictions from you both before we get into things here. Forehead, which side do you want for this?
I'm seeing a lot of hashtag sauce boss in the chat, which is interesting, but I got to go with Pengu. I think he just slightly has the pedigree at this stage. I know Shallow had the game previous and he did very, very well, but I think I'm going to be up for Pengu on this one.
Mel, are you on a similar train of thought for that one?
Actually, no. I want to make this a bit interesting. I'm going with Shallow. Feel like the Shallow sauce is in date. Shallow played nice in his first game there. I feel like he showed that he's warmed up and he's ready to play. So it's going to be a battle between me and Forehead to see who's winning.
Well, Shallow will certainly be hoping for his own sake that he can bring the source for this one. I'm going to hand things off to you boys. Take it away.
Right. Well, thank you very, very much, Rez. Yes, massive match between Pengu and Shallow. And very interesting, actually, that they got one caster apiece in terms of the votes. So we'll see how this one plays out. And like I said, they really are sort of the yin to each other's yang in that kind of way. They are very much opposites. So I think this should be very, very exciting. Looking forward to see how Pengu, of course, plays. We haven't seen him play all day long. And we're just waiting for Shallow to get into the game. But while we do, you were saying there, Mull, the shallow sauce is in date. It's a great analogy. Is there any sort of insider information you can give us based off of that? Or is that just what we saw earlier today?
Well, Backy's mod is updated.
Right,
So,
yeah.
For Shallow, if Backy's mod is updated, he's feeling pretty confident going into his game. Now, unreal. When Shallow was playing his first game there, you could really tell that he was sort of getting into the groove with things. And I feel like going into this, Pengu, I'm not sure if he's warmed up yet, but the reason why I'm going with Shallow is just because I've seen him in that first game, and I feel like he played really solid, and I didn't see Pengu play. It's a pretty straightforward analogy on why I think Shallow's going to take this.
All right. Well, I like your style. Let's get into the first kickoff of this game. Kickoff number 1, right down the middle. Shallow winning out and getting to the second ball. And that is
what a
fantastic goal line save from Pengu. I was just holding my breath there to see would he get it back, and he did get it back in time. Shallow, though, kind of sneakily nicked the boost off of Pengu. Really putting them under pressure in the first 20 seconds. Shallow goes high. Pengu knocks it away from goal. Once again, we're seeing some fantastic goal line saves from Pengu. Got to get it away from his half. Nice flick attempt there from Pengu, but he can't get it around Shallow. Oh, Shallow nearly let that go over his head, but he didn't. And he can maybe even knock that on target. I don't know if Pengu's going to catch up, but it hits the post, and Pengu doesn't realise. He knocks it away very, very well. Read the ball better than me, in fact. Pengu with a chance of his own. This game is like a game of tennis. Going back and forth so quickly. First minute has come and gone, and with still no goals, which is quite a surprise, considering Pengu's 2 goal line stops already. Pengu, a little bit of time here. Shallow allowing him, giving him a bit of respect here. He knows who he's up against. Shot fired on net, straight at Shallow, and Pengu goes again, and Shallow just about catches up.
Great save.
Some amazing last minute plays from both of these guys. Pengu looking to stop that one, but he may have just given it straight to Shallow. He can't get his momentum back up, and that is going to be goal number 1 to Shallow. Things are starting to get tasty.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Shallow's feeling really comfortable, and he's just been doing everything good, especially that save that he got with the nice little pre-flip to keep it on the top of his gear.
Yeah, it was a spectacular save. We've seen Pengu make 2 more, but Pengu, I can't say his name. Pengu will be the first one to concede, and he will concede again. And this one, well, a lot more straightforward than last time.
Definitely. Beautiful kick off to Shallow, though. I'd say Shallow's feeling really good going into the next bit of the game now. 2 goals up. He's going to be keeping good pressure on Pengu.
Yeah, well, he's done very well there. And to get that second goal so quickly, it really will start to make things feel like a mountain, as that might creep in under the crossbar. And that is fantastic if you're on this blue side of Shallow. Just squeezes in under the crossbar. And we'll see here, can Pengu respond? Of course, plenty of time for him to get back into this. But also, got to be crushing when you see 3 go in so quickly. Shallow, just able to knock that one wide, slow Pengu down. Takes control of this one again, fires it on net. And that is a fantastic shot. Shallow acknowledging that in the chat. Very, very nicely done. He even had full boost, Shallow. Couldn't get behind that one.
That was a really beautiful shot from Pengu. It looks like from the angle he was hitting, the Shallow was expecting it to go a bit higher and more closer to him, but he got it with just the outside of his car to pop it down the outside of the net.
Yeah, very, very nicely done as we go into the next kickoff. Shallow immediately able to get it into Pengu's half. Goes again off the wall. Shallow trying to make something special happen here. Looking for the flip reset, and he gets it! Oh, Shallow, take a bow. That is phenomenal stuff off the wall.
This is what I mean. Shallow is feeling so comfortable right now, and he got that boost, went straight up the wall with absolutely no effort, and hit such a lovely flip reset on Pengu. The chat is popping off right now.
That was magnificent stuff from Shallow. As we go again, Pengu. Well, he knows what dangers he has to look out for. First, he's got to look for the boost. He missed that one in the corner. That ball bounce is not very kind. As he thought Shallow would go up for that, he doesn't. He catches it on the bounce back up. And it's a little bit of tit for tat back and forth. As Pengu looks to just get it around Shallow. Let's see what he can do here. Fires a shot off on the bounce. It's a very nice save from Shallow. Not only that, but the recovery and the boost grab is magnificent. And now he can look to counter-attack onto Pengu. Lifts it up high, and that's nearly an amazing bump, but a great save from Pengu. And surely he's going to have an open net to name at here if it's quick enough, and Shallow somehow gets back around in time. I'll tell you what, Mull, maybe you're right. Shallow looks to be playing out of his mind this game as he slams another one into that orange net.
That's what I mean. I feel like he's just getting really comfortable now, especially with that banger. And even some of the saves that he was making, like Pengu is throwing shots, but Shallow is really keeping up the pace with him. Even with that, Shallow is outpacing him from the looks of it.
Yeah, well, Shallow very much in command of this game at 5-1. Pengu, though, never someone you want to count out of a game, especially not with 2 minutes to go. Let's see what he can do here. Looking for, not exactly a doomsday, but the angle was there. We'll see though, Shallow able to knock it away and make everything awkward for Pengu. Not really able to get control of the spot. Shallow has a shot on target. That is going to be 6-1 now. And this game is looking more and more one-sided as we go.
Definitely. You can really see that Pengu is not really playing the same way as Shallow. Pengu's trying to get the space so he can make these flicks and make these plays. But Shallow is all over him, so he's not giving him that space. And then with that, he's just losing these challenges. With another kickoff goal. No way.
Oh no, oh no. Oh, Pengu. That is not how you want to hit the kickoffs. I may not be a one specialist, but I can see that that is not the ideal technique as Shallow casually, very casually indeed, makes it 7-1. And this becoming a little bit of a walkover for Shallow at this point. This is becoming a lot easier than it could have been. See, Shallow can't even recover for this when he takes Pengu out the game nearly. Pengu just looking to challenge everything and anything to get some sort of foothold back into this game. Might be able to get that one past Shallow. No, he can't. That's an unbelievable save. Fairly sure Shallow's low boost for that, and he still managed to get up in time. Amazing stuff from him. He's able to halt Pengu's progress and nearly fell on that. I think he's being a bit optimistic with that challenge, and Pengu can make it 7-2 now with 1:19 to play.
Good job from Pengu getting rid of that Brazil. You never know. With 1:20 left in ones, Pengu can really take something out of the bag and bring it back. But Shallow has had such an aggressive kickoff compared to Pengu's at the moment.
Yeah, he really has. And again, you can see that kickoff going in Shallow's favour and bouncing dangerously into the middle for Pengu. But he will get control of that ball. And I'm sure look to fire another shot off. Went for the aerial route that time, trying to take it over Shallow. Doesn't happen though. Shallow just trying to play one quick, but Pengu able to get around. And Shallow taking Pengu's boost. Such a smart. Pengu though takes it over Shallow. And on a normal day, that might be a good play, but when you're 7-2 down, you need a bit more than that. And a fantastic save from Pengu. But it's just not to be for him. And with 40 seconds left, see what Shallow can do here off the wall. Looking for another flip reset. I fancy he looks for the bounce. Oh, he can't quite get it. Pengu shuts him down in time, and Pengu after dooms it from that angle, I suppose. It looked like he had the angle, but Shallow, so impressive. Doesn't want to give a single goal away if he can allow it. 20 seconds left. That could be game, set, and match pretty much decided at 7-2.
Yeah, this definitely looks like game. As you can tell, they're both just messing around now, especially with Shallow trying to go for clips. I feel like Shallow knew very prematurely that he had this game in the bag. He's been all over Pengu. I feel like the one thing that Pengu really lacked this game is his kickoff. I feel like Shallow has such a consistent, solid kickoff, and Pengu just couldn't really save it. He couldn't really suffice with how good Shallow's kickoff was.
Yeah, I'd have to agree there that Shallow's kickoffs were immense in that game, and he did very, very well indeed. Pengu could not keep up with it, could not keep up with the pace, could not handle the Shallow sauce. It was too spicy. And on this occasion, we say goodbye to Pengu. He really did. He threw the kitchen sink out of it. He really went for it. But it wasn't enough. And it's a fantastic performance from Shallow. And he'll be able to take that into his next game against either Ryan or Ineffable coming up next. Don't go anywhere. We're going to hand over to Rez, who could take us through that next game. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Forehead and Mull. Yet another, I don't want to say shock, but surprising result coming through there as Shallow takes down Pengu in convincing fashion, putting him through into the final four alongside Rob Kieran and Spectre. Up next, we've got another interesting game coming up. That will be between Ryan and Ineffable. Ineffable, another one of the favourites for the tournament. He dispatched of Blah earlier on today. Ryan, obviously, this is the friends with Adza Ryan, not the Rye Boy Ryan, but Ryan is definitely shown to be a full medal opponent. He's won multiple, or he's won a LAN alongside Adza and Vert earlier on in 2019. So I just want to ask a question to you, Enwrong. Obviously, Ineffable is almost certainly the favourite, but do you think there's a chance that Ryan could pull off the upset?
Yeah, there's a chance. It depends on how Ryan approaches this. It's going to be tough. I rate Ryan one's ability. I think he's a better ones player than a lot of people give him credit for. I was the one that said from day one that I felt like he was a better ones player than Adzir. I still believe that, and he's shown it 2-12 Titans in a row now. But I gotta give it to Ineffable here, unless Ineffable keeps or continues to lag like he did previously, which he did towards the last minute of the match against Blah. I can't see it being anything other than Ineffable advancing to the semi-finals. But Ryan, MVP from Gigabyte, and Naylor, you saw him obviously in the flesh that day, and he's a good player.
Yeah, Ryan. I casted one of his games in the first qualifier, and he's the I think he's the #1 renowned bin bammer in RLI, if I'm not mistaken. And Ineffable dealt very well with that type of style because when he came up against Blah, but Ryan's a better player than Blah. Ryan will know when to challenge and when not to challenge. So I think we're in for a tight game. You're going with Ineffable, so I feel like I have to go against you and go with Ryan, the Gigabyte MVP.
Yeah, well, I'm going to mute you now in the Discord.
I just want to ask you, Naylor. Looking past this match, looking beyond this point, do you think that either of these players would be a favourite going into their next match against Shallow?
Depends if they need to counter that kickoff. Shallow does that. I've seen it. I think it's the one that the musty speed flip, and he just absolutely. I don't think we haven't really seen anybody do that to Pengu, but Shallow was absolutely destroying the kickoffs against Pengu. He was executing that speed flip absolutely perfectly. Panda hasn't got a patch. Shallow, and Ryan or Ineffable to counter that. I kind of want to see a Rob Kiernan and Shallow final, and that's I think I'd like to see that.
Very interesting stuff. So I'm going to pass the baton onto the pair of you now, and you can take us through this match.
Thank you, Rez. Yeah, Ryan versus Ineffable, of course, our last game of the quarterfinals, before we head into the semi-finals and then the final. Naylor, obviously, I think I actually agree with your sentiments now. Now that Pengu has left the tournament, I feel like Shallow is the only one that can upset the Ineffable Rob Kieran final. But Ryan has proven it many times before that he can do damage. What are your final thoughts here? Are you still going to go with Ryan, or you just want to be muted from the Discord server?
Well, you're at the going for an Ineffable song. I'm definitely going with Ryan for this one, Rob, definitely.
All right, fair enough. I'll see you then. Right, let's get things started off in here. Ryan wins the kickoff against Ineffable. 5 minutes to go until we see one of our top 4 players. And Ryan almost straight away gets a brilliant playoff, but Ineffable, this man has hit the post. No, he hasn't. A great goal from Ineffable. Great shot, long range. Nice little RLCS decal as well. He's got the whole package, hasn't he?
Yeah, Ryan, unlucky there. Good save from Ineffable. I think maybe if he doesn't mess up that wave dash, I know he's scrambling very quickly, but if Ryan doesn't mess up that wave dash, maybe he stops Ineffable getting the open net there.
Yeah, absolutely. Good kickoff again from Ryan. Wins it once again. Ineffable struggling on the kickoff already, but does enough to get the ball away from net. Ryan now, he's just going to go. Nice little fake challenge from Ryan there, playing a little bit more intelligently than others have done today. But Ineffable has got the ball on his car. But Ryan does really well to stop Ineffable's momentum in his tracks. Ryan with the ball on his car, nice little flick on it. Ineffable has done just enough once again, the story of Ineffable's ones career so far today. But he's missed an open net, and Ryan has scooped him once and twice, and then himself onto the post. But Ryan goes to the boost now. Ineffable now is on 0. He's going to have to backtrack here. And that will allow Ryan some breathing space, as it's been a frantic opening minute here. And a good save by Ineffable. I'm not sure where Ryan has gone, but Ineffable has missed the ball in the corner. And Ryan now rolls it up, but Ineffable on 0. But Ryan crucially misses the pad in the corner. Ineffable fires one on net, but Ryan rolls it up. But manages to keep it under control, but critically loses boost control in the corner. And as I said, a frantic first minute and a half. But Ineffable is going to make it 2-0 Naylor. And Ryan is under pressure now.
Yeah, Ineffable's deal. You can see against Flan, he's against Ryan. When somebody dives in, he just has the wits about him to just make a good touch and to get it past them. And Ryan nearly scored twice there. He just needs to be calm and collected if he wants to score against Ineffable, because rash just doesn't work.
Ineffable tried to fake the kickoff there, I think, Naylor. I didn't quite catch it, but I saw him being a lot slower to the kickoff. But he misses the boost in the midfield now. So does Ryan. So it's all about what Ineffable can do here. But Ineffable does manage to get the boost, and Ryan now is just going to have to follow him surely all the way to see what he does. He misses the demo, and it's going to be so hard now for Ryan to get back. But he's managed to maintain his momentum so well all the way down from one side of the filthy door. And now is 100. He's going to wait to get the pop shot on net. Puts it really high, but Ineffable really intelligently stays down. And Ineffable is going to score an open net, and it's going to be 3-0 to him.
I'm really struggling to figure out what Ryan just did. He had loads of boosts, and Ineffable just backed off, and he just hit off the backboard and decided to go for the corner boost when... I don't know, Rob. I don't know.
I think Ryan was obviously trying to put the ball in the top corner, and he missed the shot. The execution was a bit lacking. Ineffable with his first big win on the kickoff, but it won't go in. But crucially for him, he'll get ball control and boost control. But Ryan does have 100, and Ryan, once again with the bim-bam style approach, just goes straight for the ball. Nothing else matters to him. It's like a dog with a bone. And a beautiful goal from Ryan.
Yeah. Finally, that's the first time I think we've seen Ineffable just scrambling back. He could have got a better touch into the corner, but Ryan put him under pressure with that strong hit there, and he might have a game on our hands here, Rob.
We might, but it's going to take a lot more of that from Ryan. Ineffable with his first major mistake of the game, but Ineffable wins this kickoff now. And he rolls it up the corner, leaves the ball though to get some boost. And he does beat Ryan in the air, but he's not going to go for a double here. There's no way he'll get that, Naylor. I don't think even the Virtuosos or the Rob Kiernans would have gotten that one. And he intelligently backs off. But Ryan now has ball control. Doesn't quite have the boost, and it's going to be all about his recovery here. And he takes the ball now, puts it off up the wall as he gets boost. Ineffable waits for it. And I have to say the game pace has now slowed down quite a bit. Naylor, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think Ryan realizes he needed to make it. Oh, no way! I think Ryan realized that the tempo he was playing at wasn't working, so he needed to change it just to try to get back into this match.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan now knocks the ball away off the backboard. He pushes out towards Ineffable, but Ineffable again very intelligently plays the ball off to the side. Ryan's going to be waiting on that big fat one in the corner, but Ineffable just gives away possession to him, and it's going to be all about whether Ineffable can get that boost in the corner now. He doesn't, and Ryan gets it, but Ineffable crucially, Naylor, gets that corner boost.
Yeah, he deals with that very well, and you can just see Ryan there scrambling again, just bim-bamming like a madman he is right now.
Yeah, I think this is going to work for some games, but not all of them. And I don't know if this is going to work later on in the competition, because the lads like Shallow, the Rob Kiernans, the Spectres, they kind of wait for this a bit more. Well, maybe not Spectre, but the other two, they like to play off your touches. But he gets the demo crucially, and he gets the open end as 3-2 with just over a minute left. Naylor, can he do it?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little momentum shift in this game of ones here. Ineffable is after conceding 2 unanswered goals, and just off two mistakes that you wouldn't really expect him to make. So maybe Ryan's getting to him a bit here.
Yeah, absolutely. Ineffable fires a shot on net, but he's giving away possession to Ryan, but Ryan's touch is not very good. His first touch lets him down, Naylor. That probably was an open net. Ryan fires another one on net, but Ineffable makes a miraculous save to keep the ball out of the net, and the pace is picked up once again as these two guys are fighting for their lives. Of course, for anyone who's tuning in to this, it is best of one only. One loss and you're out. There is no lower bracket today. This is it. You have to make sure you play your A game every single game. And that's the difference here between these top guys in other tournaments compared to, say, the RLCS. I'm going to call them out. Why not?
Oh, Yeah. Oh. Jesus. That was very scrappy there. Neffel bumps Ryan twice, but he recovers beautifully to just slot that into the net. And this is probably the best game, the best standard of game we've seen so far, Rob. I'm really enjoying this high standard of Rocket League.
Yes, well, it is an enjoyable game. Don't think it's the best game I've seen so far. Myself, to be honest, I still think the Red Eye Slaughter
The best
effect.
to watch. The
Well,
best
yeah,
to
the
watch.
best to watch. The best to watch, maybe. But the highest quality game, certainly not so far. A lot of like mechanical and positional misplays so far from both these guys. Ryan bim bams once again, but he's going to get caught this time. And Ryan just loves challenging the ball, I have to say. He just loves that ball.
Yeah, he just backs himself to beat any man to the ball. He really, really doesn't need to be challenging there at all. Just throws in a few more. As I said, every time somebody dives in against an Ineffable so far this tournament, he just beats them. So it's just not going to work. It's playing to Ineffable's hand, if anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ineffable finishes the game off with an open net finish. And Ryan just trying too hard to pop that ball, but Ineffable has the controlling 50-50. And unfortunately for Ryan, again, he's not going to make it any further than the top 8 here today. And Ineffable makes it on to the last 4. So I've gotten 2 of my 4 predictions right for the top 4. Yeah, a great series, and well done there to Ineffable. Unlucky for Ryan. Naylor, what was the deciding factor for you?
Same again. Same again into game against Blah. If you dive in against an Ineffable, he's going to hit that ball past you and he's going to score every single time. You need to throw in a few fake challenges because that seems to be it just plays into his hands. If you bim bam, he just it's the type of style that Neffel plays. It's calm, cool, calculated, and if you dive in, he's just gonna hit it past you every time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there you go. Our top 4 has been confirmed. We're going to head to a breakdown now shortly, but just to confirm the top 4 at the Irish 12 Titan Finals. Rob Kiernan is going to play Spectre in the semi-final 1, and the semi-final 2 we're going to have Shallow versus Ineffable. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Hello and welcome back to the 4th season of the Irish 12 Titans. We are closing in on the final stages of today's bracket, just 2 semi-finals and the grand final to go. We are going to be showing next the match between Rob Kiernan and the spectacle that is Spectre. I'm joined on the desk at the moment by Dave Forehead and Mull. Forehead, I'd just like to obviously get your opinion on Spectre's sort of monumental run through this tournament so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's been fantastic. It's been absolutely brilliant. It's been amazing to watch. I know he's a very good player. He's on our IEL team this season, and it's brilliant to see one of those guys doing well in this tournament. I don't think many people expected him to do this well, which is maybe why. I'm not saying it's helped with his success, but I think it's helped him in the very early parts of matches when maybe he surprised people at how quick and how good he can be in this one setting.
Yeah, I'd just like to hear from you, Naylor, or Mull. I'm not gonna confuse the
Doing
two
it
of you,
again.
every single time. But Mull, I just want to hear. Rob Kiernan has been dominant throughout the entire tournament so far. He absolutely decimated Red Eyes earlier on today. Do you think he's got what it takes to not just make it through to the final, but also win the tournament outright?
Definitely. Like as I was saying when that match against Red Eyes happened, Rob Kiernan is a superb ones player. He is a ones main, and he's proved it by being rank 1. He was rank 1 at the start of the season. Now he's sitting at rank 7, and then during this and against the Red Eyes, he was doing 10-3. I feel like Spectre's had a great run, but when it's coming against Rob Kiernan, I feel like it's going to be the end of the road for Spectre. Rob Kiernan's just on a completely different level at the moment in ones.
Well, I'm going to hand things over to the pair of you. You're going to take us through this game. Spectre versus Rob Kiernan coming up right now.
Thank you very, very much. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we see Spectre in a Scarab. I think we may know. And Rob Kiernan too. It's an amazing bit of coordination here for rivals, which I did not expect. Rob Kiernan fires the first go home before I can even get that intro out. I'm already blown away. I don't know what to say about this ball. Such an early goal and a very interesting start to things.
It maybe looks like that before the game they were in the DMs asking each other if they'd both be on the Scarab, and it looks like that they're both going to try and have fun for this game.
But you know what? I love that. Got massive.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see here. One thing I was going to say, though, genuinely in this match build-up, is maybe not the most balanced game. This is very much in Rob Kiernan's favour as he slides that one onto the post, though. This might be one of the fastest games we've seen. Spectre, very fast player. However, Rob Kiernan probably going to do a lot of boosting, as we see there, as he gets to go. He tries to get control of the ball, and a brilliant flick in the Scarab. Oh man, the engine noise is killing me, but here we are, 2-0 to Rob Kiernan.
Yeah, I feel like Spectre is very self-aware. I feel like he knows when maybe he's coming to the end of the road. So it's nice that instead of just rage quitting or just being like in a bad mentality, they're having fun, they're keeping good morals, and they're just trying to have a good time.
Yeah, it really, really is good to see. We'll see here. Spectre tries to catch that one on the bounce. Probably not how he would have liked it. Rob Kiernan able to clear that one away. And Spectre dangerously going to have to bring it towards his own goal. Really struggling to get around that ball, and that is going to be 3-0 to Rob Kiernan. I paused there for a moment. Spectre was backtracking very quickly, but 1 minute gone, 3-0 to Rob Kiernan.
Yeah. The Scarab car aside, let's just talk about how Rob Kiernan's playing right now. I've never seen someone move around so relaxed in this high level of ones. Like, he's literally just doing his normal kickoff, which is insane, may I add. And on that, he's just waiting for Spectre to make mistakes and then benefiting off them so easily.
Oh, it's a good challenge for Spectre, though. He waited for the pop. I wonder does he have the boost to catch up? He does!
Great shot.
That's very, very nicely played from Spectre. Reading Rob Kiernan's attack so well.
Spectre bringing it back, though. He's going to keep good pressure. It's good to see that he's not going down without a fight, though. It'd be a shame.
Yeah, it would be. And we'll see, can he make the most of this now? See how this kickoff goes. It's relatively even, but Rob Kiernan's going to pick up on the second ball. And that is going to be 4-1. And again, Rob Kiernan, he clearly is a master of this. He knows exactly where the ball's going to go. if, you know, it stays within the middle of the pitch.
Definitely. Like, he's playing so solid. I don't think he's going to really make a mistake. I feel like he's just going to try and maintain his defense and then hold these goals up and keep a good bit of pressure on Spectre. As long as he keeps good boost management.
So yeah, Spectre plays this one, no boost, but he's still pushing Rob all the way. Plays that ball onto the backboard. Rob Kiernan going to take this guy, see if he can get this one on target. Look for the flip reset. I don't know if that's a particularly easy thing to do in the Scarab or not. I'm going to assume not. He has an open net to aim, and he's just squeezed that one wide, actually. Probably the first mistake we've seen in Rob Kiernan of this on the last game we watched. Spectre challenges that one very nicely. As he goes again, Rob Kiernan just keeping it in that orange half. Looking to put it in awkward spots for Spectre, looking to just make things difficult. As he takes that boost. Turns on the ball as well. Spectre having the backtrack once again as Rob Kiernan goes up into the air. Looks to take it low, flips it around. I don't even know how to explain that. The ball stays out though. Spectre just scoops it out and we play on at 4-1 for now. Rob Kiernan firing a shot and a great save from Spectre once again. Spectre waiting for that bounce, looking to make a play. Oh, he goes to the musty off the Scarab. Oh, well, it is surely a spectacle to watch. Spectre, though, unable to make it happen in that case. That's a fantastic challenge for Rob Kiernan, though. Saw exactly where that one was going to go. And he just follows that one home, making it 5-1 now.
Yeah, you can tell Rob's just keeping it really calm and collected. Actually, while we're on the replay, so who are you feeling for this forehead?
For this game or for this tournament?
Yeah, for this game.
For this game. I mean, it's pretty late for predictions because we're halfway in, but I think it's safe to say that Rob Kiernan's going to do well in this match. And he knocks in.
What a shot.
That's a fantastic angle to find from there.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. Reading the roll of the ball so well off that corner between wall and ceiling. Knocks it on target. Spectre was nowhere to be seen as well. We move on into the 8th kickoff of the game. 2 minutes 22 left to go. It's a good kickoff for Spectre, but again, Rob Kiernan's going to grab that boost and be able to get to the second ball. Spectre, with not much boost on him, he can try give this a go. He might try flick it around, and he actually does get a pass.
Nice shot.
Very, very well played from Spectre, finding the angle.
Yeah, I feel like it really caught Rob off guard there. Yes, no, Brazil in chat. He really wanted to make sure.
Yeah. I think Spectre can maybe finish this tournament a happy man after knowing that. But yeah, we move on, and that kickoff is very kind to Rob Kiernan as he just touched that one onto the post. Very, very unlucky. Maybe in the car he's more familiar with, that one's going in. As we see right now, we play on here at 6-2. Spectre with a great opportunity and a fantastic shot to make it 6-3. And this is brilliant stuff from Spectre.
Definitely. I don't want to say it, but it's just the comeback. That was an absolute banger out of Spectre. I feel like Rob's really underestimating him now.
Maybe Spectre knows something about the Scarab, but we don't. But anyways, we move on. Another kickoff. Again, it's another good win for Rob Kiernan. It's a bit awkward though as that ball goes towards the sideline, and Spectre's really thrown himself under the bus there, unfortunately. Trying to take the ball away from Rob. Just sadly opened up the entire net to him.
To be honest, that is just ones in a nutshell, isn't it? No matter how much pressure you can keep to get that one goal, it's all about the kickoff on the next round, which will define what happens.
Let's see here. We play on Rob Kiernan. He loves playing it to that side. He loves playing it to typically the right-hand side of him. As we go again here. 1 minute 40. And Spectre did not have a flip. Rob Kiernan, well, he made that one look easy.
I genuinely don't even know what to say to this now. Rob Kiernan is just, he's just playing so solid. There's not really anything you can bring up.
I know he is playing very, very well indeed. 8-3. There's still time for a lot more in it. Rob Kiernan takes the ceiling. This is the type of stuff we're hoping to see last time. Spectre off his own ceiling. An ambitious attempt from the pair of them. Rob Kiernan looks to go again, but he might hand that to Spectre if he's not careful, and he does, and he takes it around him. Oh, how about that for ball control? Using every angle of the Scarab to make that happen.
Such a lovely catch onto the ground just to pop it back up. Spectre definitely didn't expect that. To be honest, I don't even think we expected it either.
Well, I mean, it's just super stuff, and it's at this point, it's nearly stuff that we've come to expect. Rob Kiernan going again around the corner, bumps Spectre out the way, just can't quite get it on the right side of the post. But we go again. Kiernan looking for another flip reset, hits in no man's land, really. He's gonna have to play it out of his own corner. Not looking too comfortable here. Looks for the ground pinch, and at this point, I think he's just trying to bamboozle Spectre a bit, get it away from him. But we play on here. 55 seconds remaining, and Spectre, all he's doing is bringing the ball back towards his own net. That is very much the wrong way as Rob Kiernan pops it over him, and it's going to be 10-3.
Literally the exact same score as Red Eyes. It's crazy to see these players play, like Red Eyes and Spectre, and they're such good players. They play at such high levels, but they then get put against a player like Rob, who just plays at the complete next level, and can consistently put these players into 10-3 situations is actually amazing.
It is fantastic. So the demo there from Rob Kiernan, going to give him a big chance, but very, very awkward going about it as he stays behind the ball, looks to get it on target, and Spectre able to clear that one away. And Spectre's off to no man's land there. So Rob Kiernan slots it off. I don't know what happened in that occasion. Spectre decided that he is out of here. And that is going to be game to Rob Kiernan. Very, very well done from him. Another very convincing performance. And that is going to be game. 11-3 is the final scoreline.
That is insane.
Yeah. A very, very one-sided performance once again from the big man. Showing us what he can do.
He can genuinely make he can make anyone just look like such a low-level player because he keeps so much pressure and he does not give them any chance to make these plays. And that's why he's such a good ones player. He literally, like, any player can make a good play, but they can only do it if you give them the space. And that's what Rob Kiernan stops. He literally cuts off any chance for anyone to do flicks or any attempts at a shot. And he's so good and so consistent at it. And it's insane to see how he plays against these high-level players in this tournament.
Yeah, no, he is absolutely amazing, and he has now booked himself a ticket into the final. All we have to do is find out now whether it is Shallow or Ineffable he's going to be facing. And to go after that game, we're going to pass you first over to Rez.
Thank you very much, Forehead and Merle. And another one of our 12 Titans has fallen foul to the giant of Rob Kiernan. He's booked himself the first spot in the grand final of the Irish 12 Titans. We are counting down the minutes here with just 2 matches remaining in our bracket, just the semi-final and the final to go. So next up we have our second semi-final of Shallow versus Ineffable, and for that I am joined by Enwrong and Naylor. Enwrong, first I'd like to go to you. Shallow has brought the sauce throughout this bracket so far, but I think this is the first match where he is considerably the underdog. Do you think that he's got what it takes to make it all the way through?
I think Spectre was the anomaly in the top 4. Spectre did an excellent job to get that far. I always felt like Rob Kiernan and Ineffable would make it. It was just whether or not Shallow would have made it instead of Pengu. For me, I'm going to stick with Ineffable. I would not be at all surprised if Shallow comes out of this as the winner. Shallow has been fantastic so far all the way through. He didn't make it through Quali 1 though, the first qualifier. So I do have small doubts over Shallow. And Ineffable, of course, is the reigning champion here. So yeah, it's going to be tough. I still have my Ineffable still my guy.
Naylor, are you also on the Ineffable boat, or do you think Shallow can bring the sauce into this match?
Well, Rob's after going Ineffable, so I'm almost definitely going for Shallow on this one, 100%. I think what Rob Kiernan is best at is he's just he's very good at restricting everyone's best abilities. So I think the fact that Shallow is Shallow teams with him, he plays with him a good bit. I think Shallow might be the best match for him just because he probably knows Rob Kiernan better than anybody else in this bracket. So I'm going.
Interesting. So the desk is split on this one. I'll hand over to you to do us some intriguing casting for this game. And yeah, so I'll be handing off to Enwrong and Naylor.
Yes, thank you very much, Rez. Welcome along to our second semi-final. We have Shallow in the orange and Ineffable in the blue. Naylor, I'm going to stick behind my guy Ineffable, but Shallow here could also be considered a favourite. They're both favourites, really. They've both been absolutely fantastic so far in this tournament. As we start off now, 5 minutes time, we will know who's joining Rob Kiernan in the grand final of the Irish 12 Titans for Season 4. Shallow now takes the ball into the corner. Already a nice little slow start to this game. Both guys are just going to feel each other out. They probably haven't played each other much. Ineffable trying to maintain ball control with the boost. Shallow trying to put a lot of pressure on Ineffable early on. Ineffable going from left to right and to left. But Shallow, goaltending from Shallow this tournament has been the key factor in Shallow's amazing run through this bracket so far, Naylor.
Yeah, the last ditch saves, the recovery mechanics of Shallow are just they're just second to none, really. He's very good at making out of them awkward situations without any damage being done. I know as well he plays with a very high sensitivity, so that if you have to be playing Rocket League a lot to manage one of them high sensitivities to playing it well consistently, which I'm sure Shallow does put in a lot of hours.
Oh my god, and an absolutely incredible save by Shallow. That is outrageous. Sorry to interrupt there, but that save was unbelievable. But Ineffable on the other end decides, hey Shallow, that was a great save, have an open net.
Yeah, Shallow again showing off that high sensitivity and just how he's mastered it so well, and I think that's the first time Ineffable has been behind at the start of a match in this whole bracket.
Even if it's not Naylor, it's not a great game to go behind in. Up against the Shallow sauce, and he's going to have to really think about how he's going to approach this now. Shallow, who has been really a kind of staple in Northern Ireland now for the last 2 months or so. And Ineffable scoops up the wall, and Shallow makes it 2-0. And already, Naylor, this is not looking good for Ineffable, the man in blue.
Well, Shallow is saucing on Ineffable, and normally it's Ineffable that's just sitting there waiting for the players to make a mistake, but Shallow hasn't made any yet. And I think that just unsettled Ineffable a bit, and he caused him to make a mistake because Shallow hasn't made any yet.
Yeah, absolutely. An even-ish kickoff there now. Shallow manages to put the ball down towards Ineffable's half. This will give Ineffable ball control and boost control, but both players have the boost. Ineffable fires one way off target there, playing Aussie rules clearly. But Shallow tries to mimic that. But Ineffable manages to get control of the ball, takes boost, fakes it from going up the wall. He's going to try and bait Shallow in here to try and make some sort of touch. And he does succeed in doing that. And he gets the demo and the flip. Will he get around the ball though? He will. That's absolutely incredible from
The
Ineffable.
Shallow not hit him.
No.
What? I thought Shallow dodged into him.
RNG.
I feel like
First
that should
chance.
have been a trade, Rob. I feel like they should have traded them up there.
Yeah, well, I disagree with that one. I think Ineffable definitely got more of the side of Shallow than Shallow did of Ineffable. But I don't think Shallow will be too disappointed, but he probably will right about now, as he has given the ball away, as he great passes himself and gives Ineffable an open net. And we're 2 minutes into this game already, and it is even Steven. Shallow wants to join his mate, Rob Kiernan, in the final. They want to have a rematch there, and I'm sure Shallow wants to give Rob Kiernan a bit of pain for ditching him as a teammate. Ineffable now goes for a cheeky boost deal in the corner. He's going to turn on Shallow. Shallow is going to be solo. I'm not sure what he's sitting at right now, but it's not going to be much. Ineffable fires an absolute flick into the top corner, and Ineffable says, "Be quiet, Naylor. Get muted."
Yeah, Ineffable that was a really risky but smart boost grab in the corner and just left Shallow kind of stranded there to do whatever he wanted with him, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Ineffable now starting to dominate the kickoffs. I have to say it, Eller. He's really starting to take control of these, and that'll be important if he's going to be up against Rob Kiernan in the final. Regardless, whoever makes it in the final, the kickoff is going to have to be superb, and it's another demo by Ineffable, and Shallow now coming out with the wow. You can't get tilted in this situation. It's been one of Shallow's kryptonites in any sort of competitive sport.
Oh,
And a beautiful
the tilt. Shallow is definitely tilted now, 100%.
That is
That was
Oh,
nice.
he wanted to save himself, but to be fair, if that was us, the same thing would have happened. That is
Yeah.
fantastic from Ineffable. Ineffable hits him with the close one.
Oh.
Don't think that he's been toxic. Ineffable's not that kind of person, but Ineffable now is all going up the gears here, and he's about to show Rob Kieran what he's in store for, I think, as he makes it 5-2. Shallow and 2 goals up, and it's been 5 unanswered goals from the great man himself in Wicklow.
Yeah, Shallow's head, I think, might be gone at this stage. But then again, he has the kickoffs to bring himself back into this, and Ineffable still do it well. But if Shallow can pop off 1 or 2 good kickoffs, it's still plenty to play for.
Yeah, absolutely. Shallow now, he needs to start maintaining ball control a bit more in this game. Ineffable looking spectacular at the moment. Managing the ball control very, very well as he takes the ball up the corner. And Squidgy, if you're there in the chat, by the way, make sure to message Ineffable after this game to get him in RLIS for next season. Make sure everyone does, actually. Anyone, make sure you all message him after this to get him in RLIS for next season. But getting back to the game, Naylor. Everything to keep Naylor out of All-Stars, isn't that right, Naylor?
Yeah, I'd like to give it a shot, but if Ineffable's in there, I'd rather not.
Shallow now on the ball in the corner. He's got a bit of boost to work with. He does a nice little flick over. Ineffable quite low at the moment, but so is Shallow. And the Sauce Man, he's going to have to muster up something here. The spice is missing, and he's given the ball away to Ineffable. Thankfully for him, his recovery is quite good, but unfortunately for him, on the flip side, he missed the boost in the corner, or wasn't able to. Ineffable now, taking the ball. Tries a nice little shot near post for once instead of far post, and that would have caught Shallow off guard, but Shallow was able to make the save there. And Shallow now does get the boost, and Ineffable now needs to be careful, but Ineffable is phenomenal, and Shallow is gone.
Oh,
just
he's
like
gone.
that.
And he's gone.
That is it. Well
Yeah.
done to Ineffable. We have our showdown. The reigning ones king in Irish Rocket League for the last 6 months, up against the top 100, top 10 ones player at the moment in the world. And Naylor, what went wrong for Shallow in that game before we say goodbye to him?
Oh well, Ineffable made the first 2 mistakes of the match, and then I think that demo might have tilted Shallow a bit when he went 2-1 down. And if the demo didn't, then the 2-all where he just passed it to him definitely did. And then you can see by him not even finishing the game out that his head was well gone, well and truly gone. Anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Naylor, that's it. I'm going to head back to Rez now. Before this grand final, we're not going to go anywhere, guys. So you don't have to go running off for a cup of tea or anything. Rez, take us, take it back.
Thank you very much, Enwrong and Naylor, for that one, as Shallow's saucy run comes to an end. We have reached our grand final between Rob Kiernan and Ineffable. It was expected coming into this bracket this afternoon, but it remains to be seen who will come out as the victor. For this final match, we won't just have any casting duo, we'll be bringing back the OG casting duo of Enwrong and Dave Forehead. And I just want to sort of get your opinions. I'll start with you, Enwrong. Of Rob Kiernan has looked so solid throughout this tournament and hasn't lost either of his, or hasn't won either of his games by a shallow margin, to say the least. Whereas Ineffable, on the other hand, has been challenged a little bit more, especially in the early points of this games. Do you think that Rob Kieran has had the more impressive run so far, and do you think that will carry through to this final?
Well, I don't know about Forehead, but for me, the more impressive run has to be Ineffable. I think taking down Shallow is a bigger statement than anything else, and yeah, I just can't see anything past Rob Kiernan, though. Even saying that, I am going to go with Ineffable. I'm going to stick with my guns. I think Ineffable's playstyle might be tricky for Rob. A lot of it's going to come down to those kickoffs, though. If he gets those dominant kickoff wins, then who only knows what way this could go. But for me, I'm going to go with Ineffable. I don't know about you, Four. What are you thinking? If he's there for it.
Yeah, no. It's a really tough one. I do still want to stick with Ineffable because he's done so well so far, and I do agree with you that beating Shallow is probably a bigger victory than meeting Spectre. Having said that, Rob Kernan has looked way too comfortable throughout, and I hate to be a bit of a bottler, but I'm going to change my mind since the start of the stream, and I'm going to say that I think Rob Kernan really will win this. If I'm honest, I think he's just got too much. I don't think he's ever once looked out of his comfort zone today. And yes, Ineffable will probably be his best opponent, but will he actually have enough? I don't know. I don't see it.
Well, then the stage is set. We're going to be getting into the grand final of the Irish 12 Titans in its 4th season. We started at the beginning of the week with 83 competitors, and we've whittled it down to just 2. I'm going to leave this one off to casters Enwrong and Dave Forehead. Let's get it on.
Well, thank you very, very much, Rez. Yes, it has been a long to get here, and now I can proudly say this will be a serious clash of the Titans between Rob Kernan and Ineffable. We've seen them play today. They have been magnificent so far, and by the end of these 5 minutes, only one of them will stay undefeated, and one of them will not. Here we go into the first kickoff of the game. It's a pretty neutral one, which is not something we've been able to say against Rob Kernan in the past. And we'll see how he stacks up against Ineffable. Ineffable already showing his speed, showing his defensive capabilities. Rob Kernan gets up for that one on the turn. It drops down off the crossbar and just by the finest of margins, squeezes into that blue net.
It's a brilliant fake there by Rob Kernan. Did you see him? He made it go left, he made him go right. Is this man Ronaldinho or what? I mean, that was absolutely phenomenal, really. And he baited in Ineffable. He pulled up a quick power slide turn. You know that mechanic that you don't know, Forehead? And he scored with it.
Yeah, that myth, power sliding. Yeah, I'm with you. Anyways, we'll see how this next phase of play plays out. Ineffable playing that one down the line, taking all the boost with him. Rob Kernan to make something happen here off a flick. Ineffable, though, able to return it well in the air and takes back control of the ball. Rob Kernan probably wasn't expecting that. These two guys really fighting over who can get the next touch. As you see, Ineffable take this one up the wall, plays it over Rob Kernan, and he can take the touch too. That is fantastically done from Ineffable, able to bait him in and make it one apiece.
That was a really arrogant play there by Rob Kernan. I'm not sure, does he respect Ineffable a lot? Ineffable is a really good player in his own right, regardless, and he really shouldn't be getting that close, especially when Ineffable's got it on the wall. As you know, Forehead, you can bait in a player and pop it on the wall, and Rob needs to be a little bit careful, because Ineffable is a really quality one-star who has been top 100 multiple times himself.
Let's see here, Ineffable, if he can get that on target. Rob Kernan able to steal his boost in the midfield. Huge effect for his defensive capabilities. He looks for the ground pinch, it doesn't happen. He carries that one over Ineffable. And that is just going to squeeze in under the crossbar once again.
Very intelligent play there by Rob Kernan. So he tries to go for the air dribble, he waits, tries to get the bump, Ineffable doesn't go up. But sure, by the time Ineffable does go up, it's impossible to make that save, isn't it? And a really, really good player there by Rob Kernan. And 2-1, he's answered back.
Yeah, very, very well played. You can see the patience and the tactics from these guys is brilliant. It's Ineffable. Fantastic mechanics to hold that one on target, even with the bump coming in from Rob Kernan.
Did he get the bump? Oh, I think he missed it.
Yeah, he clipped him as he jumped, I think.
It's a good spot, though. I mean, I recognise that as well, but I was like, oh, I don't think he got the bump. Rob tried everything he could there, but Ineffable just got the look of the orangey gods there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see here how Rob Kernan deals with this bounce. He has the boost. He has a chance here. It's a great shot. And Ineffable with the backflip. Very unlucky there. But a super shot from Rob Kernan. He loves these crossbars.
Yeah, he does. It's the best shot in Rocket League, to be honest with you. A really hard banger off the crossbar. Bardowski. And, yeah, great shot. Ineffable. Maybe a little error trying to fake it into the corner there, but he maybe doesn't fancy his diagonals versus Rob.
Well, we'll see here how Ineffable plays this one out. He gets the ball and boost, takes an early shot. Maybe there was a better play on as Rob Kernan easily able to bat that one away. He goes again. It's not a great touch from Rob Kernan, you know. And that might just sail in. It's just about gets around that ball. Super stuff from him. Making life hard, though, as Ineffable. Looking to take this one all the way over to his own goal. Stays very patient, stays behind it, looks to get control, looks for the flick, and that is so well timed. And that is amazing.
What an absolute unbelievable flick by Ineffable. Perfect execution. And I thought for a second Rob Kiernan was getting a piece of that, but Ineffable shuts me up and hits an absolute pinger into the top corner of the net. And Ineffable is absolutely insane at ones. Rob Kiernan's absolutely insane at ones. And we're looking at the two best ones players in Ireland. And Ineffable, he misses the boost critically. Forehead, this could be trouble.
He does, and he tees up Rob Kiernan. That ball's going to just sit there so invitingly for Rob Kiernan to finish that one off. A huge misplay, and Neff will be kicking himself for handing the lead back.
I don't know how he missed that boost. He was so close to it. And it's going to really hurt him in this. If he'd maintained it and gotten that boost, he would have had total pressure on Rob Kiernan for the next passage of play. But he's having to respond every time, and you can't keep doing that against the player of Rob's standard.
Yeah, after clawing himself back level with Rob, of course, to give that away. Very, very unfortunate, but we play on 2 minutes 50 left. There's still a lot of time.
Oh!
Completely done, and Rob Kiernan hits the post out. It's not going to go in for him. And it's very, very lucky after all his trickery. It's not going to be enough. Ineffable knocks it on target. Rob is not equal to it. And we're back at level pegging once again.
Rob Kiernan's going to be kicking himself. He did a beautiful play, a beautiful fake, but he missed the touch to put it into the bottom right corner. Ends up rolling up the post. And Ineffable, every time Rob Kiernan makes a mistake, Ineffable punishes. And at the moment, every time Ineffable makes a mistake, Rob hasn't quite punished. And that's going to have to be something that's going to have to change if Rob wants to make a really clear difference in this game for it.
Let's see here, Rob Kiernan looking to play about in the corner. Ineffable having absolutely none of it. Knocking it away. Trying to make Rob Kiernan do his own thing, make something happen. Rob Kiernan looks for the lift, it doesn't happen. And the boost, the bump is not there either. I thought Rob Kiernan might have just pushed up for that, but he doesn't. And we play on here, Ineffable with a chance in the corner. Doesn't happen though. That's a good clear from Rob Kiernan. Sets himself up for the counter attack, and there we go. Back to 5-4. And once again, it's a 1-goal game in the favour of the orange side, Rob Kiernan.
Yeah, Ineffable, another mistake. He tries to put a shot on net, but it's so weak, so low, so easy for Rob Kiernan. And Rob punishes him this time. And he takes control of the game, which he should, I think, rightly have at the moment. And yeah, really good play there by Rob Kiernan. He's starting to dominate these kickoffs on the corners as well. Forehead on the
He is. Ineffable's done well there, but I don't know if he can go again. Well, he's having none of Rob Kiernan's fake though. Looking to play it towards the corner boost and gets it with a bit of help. But Rob Kiernan still puts that one on target, and Ineffable cannot get around it. And I think this is the first time this game we see a 2-goal lead come in.
Yeah, great goal by Rob Kiernan. Ineffable starved out a boost, got greedy in the corner going for the boost. Rob Kiernan's mechanics, the recovery, just sublime. And 2-goal lead for it's going to be so hard now for Ineffable, so hard.
Well, there is plenty of time. 147 is certainly more than enough for 2 goals in a one's game. See how Ineffable gets on here. He plays it out the corner. Rob Kiernan just waiting for that touch. Knew he had the clear available to him. Ineffable missed the corner boost. And fair enough, he gets the middle one, but the fact he's handed the boost back to Rob Kiernan, such a massive issue. It's that ball. Oh, Ineffable misreads the bounce off the curve though. That could have been a massive chance, but instead, stay at 4-6. Ineffable still in that orange half. It's a great flick and a great save from Rob Kiernan. More than equal to it as Ineffable looking for all the boost he can find. Ball though ends up in his half as a cost of it. Rob Kiernan just struggling at this moment in time. Ineffable goes up high for this one. Can he drop it down onto the crossbar? No, not going to go in though. Rob Kiernan keeps it out. Maybe a little fortuitous with the shot. You stay at 4-6, Rob.
Yeah, Rob Kiernan, surely he won't. He does it again. His mechanics, the recoveries are just insane. But Ineffable is surely going to have this now. It's just all about the finish. And he does. And we have a game Forehead. And I don't know how Rob Kiernan managed to survive for that long. Those 20 seconds could come in crucial if he stays up by a goal for much longer.
Yeah, they were huge. And I mean, if anything, it's a mass message to Ineffable that is not going to be easy to score against Rob. Even when you have the boost, even when you have control of the ball, it's not happening. 42 seconds left. And this could be a runaway goal here for Rob as it just about gets across. Does so well. Rob, though, not happy to give him the ball control at all. He's going to have to back off eventually. He gets the boost finally. Looks for the fake challenge. Doesn't do it. And the clear is good. Out to the corner as Ineffable looks to take control once again. 20 seconds left. Goes for the shot. What a finish! Right into the top corner. Just under the crossbar. That's what you like to see.
What a shot by Ineffable. He's answered all doubters so far. 20 seconds left. It's a best of one forehead. And we have a game on our hands. It might be a kickoff goal that decides it. Let's see who does it.
This is huge. The 13th kickoff of the game. Rob Kiernan's favour. That's going to bounce right over the blue crossbar. I don't know who got the boost. Ineffable did. And he's going to be able to clear it away. And that might go straight into corner. Oh my god, what a turnaround this is. Ineffable trailing all game. Finds himself in the lead with 10 seconds remaining. Unbelievable stuff.
Unbelievable by Ineffable. It's that mechanic recovery he got. He got the boost by inches for it. I mean inches. And 10 seconds left now, and this is an unbelievable final. Rob Kiernan needs to pull out this amazing kickoff that he's been showing all tournament. He needs to do something special here.
There we go. He's got a little bit of boost to his name. Ineffable knocking it away into the corner. Rob Kiernan, what's he got up his sleeve? It doesn't look like it's anything. And that is going to be it. Our 12 Titans Season 4 winner is Ineffable. A fantastic performance from him. An incredible achievement. And Rob Kiernan, who looked so dominant and unbeatable all day, while he has been defeated. And Ineffable is our champion. A fantastic performance from him.
Oh, he's got no mic on hold. Beforehand, big stats: 15 shots, 0 saves. Rob Kiernan, 7 shots, 7 saves. Incredible. I think it tells you who the better ones player was in this series.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing stuff from the pair of them, and it really does. I don't know if it's listening in, but it really does take two teams or two players in this occasion to make a good match, and that was a quality final. Really, really fantastic stuff. Some super goals, and in the end, well, we had ourselves a fantastic winner, and it was it really was fine margins. So Ineffable just got the corner boost, allowed them to clear it, allowed them to score, and made it 7-6. Super stuff.
My heart is absolutely beating through my chest. That was actually unreal. I thought Rob Kiernan had it. You know, he had the game. He absolutely had it. And yeah, I mean, he had 1 or 2 moments where he didn't punish Ineffable. And every time Rob Kiernan made a mistake, Ineffable punished him. The better player won this game. Unlucky for Rob. He's going to come back stronger. He's an unbelievable player, but Ineffable was absolutely outstanding. I'm glad I put my money on him. Because, look, no, but seriously, I mean, like, I've seen him play in these ones tournaments, and I've heard all about him, how he's absolutely ripped to shreds. I saw him in the ones league. The ones league was kind of the big telling point because there was some really good ones players. And he used to like dominate players like Red Eyes and stuff. And talking to all them, they're all like, look, they haven't really talked too much about like the the Mugs and the Rob Kiernans because they hadn't seen too much of the latter, for example. They're always like, Ineffable is scary. Ineffable is a scary individual, and he's showing it today. And this man can go really far in this game if he could get himself a mic. So yeah, congrats to him. And, yeah, Forehead, deserving champion.
Absolutely. That was a fantastic final and an unbelievable off. Really, really was some super stuff, some super goals, super performances all round, all day long. And yeah, Ineffable is our 12 Titans champion, and kudos to him. That was an incredible way to seal it off. I'm sure he'll be over the moon with that, coming back from behind on multiple occasions, 3, 4, 5 occasions, and then eventually taking the win. 7-6. Couldn't have asked for much closer of a final either. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. For Forehead, I don't really have much else to add, other than, guys, for those of you who are on stream right now, please sign up to the Rocket League Ireland Superstar Series, or the Royal Ireland Superstars. You can join our Discord on the Twitch there by looking for one of the links in the chat. And yeah, we'd love to have you along for that because that's our next big one. This is our last major of, I guess, the first half of the year. There is one more quarterly tournament Forehead coming up, I think, in either May or April, a 3v3 tournament or maybe a 2v2. But other than that, guys, this has pretty much been it. Forehead, any last words?
No, I mean, thank you for having me. It's been a fantastic day. To those who think you sound to RLIS, don't worry, we're not all as good as these guys. Some of us are atrocious. So if you are new and you don't know what it's like and whatever else, don't worry about your rank or whatever else. We'd love to see you, and we'd love to see new names. As we saw today, we saw some fantastic new names come along. So that is going to be everything from me. It was, I think, a brilliant day of Rocket League and a brilliant day for Ineffable.
Yeah, absolutely. Rez, if you want to Any final words, Wes, from you?
Yeah, I just want to thank Enwrong and Forehead and all the other staff for helping to organise this tournament as well. Also, thank you to Mull and Naylor for joining us on the casting bench this evening. We saw it all today, from the Cinderella run from Spectre to the Source from Shallow, and then the dominance from Rob Kiernan that was ended in spectacular fashion from Ineffable in the final. I think we're ready to close things out. Everyone, make sure you're ready to make sure you sign up to RLIS. Keep an eye on the RLI Discord for any future tournaments. Thank you for watching. This has been the Irish 12 Titans, and goodbye.